these days, or the one I've picked up.
Wait,
Mine
wait,
weren't.
wait, 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 wait. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Well, I've never heard
Okay.
of this before.
Okay, so we have a gift where it's a simple thing. We put it alongside our Christmas meal or when we celebrate.
These
It's
days, or the one
like
I've
a
picked up.
cardboard tube with an end that you pull either side, like a beautiful house decorated, and you pull them, and one side can win, and the other. It's automatic, so whoever pulls, one side will win and one side will lose. And then
Okay.
there's a gift. There's a gift in the side that wins.
There's
And when you look at
usually
the
a
side that,
little banger inside that goes pop when you crack it open.
and the gift
Sorry,
will
go
be
on, Christopher.
a party hat, a small token like maybe a nail clipper or something, and a joke.
I see.
Miniature packs of cards. They're the worst.
The
They're
icebreakers.
so small you can't do anything with them.
Oh, I remember those when I was a kid. Yeah, I remember those. I remember those.
I think of a classic cracker joke.
I mean, yeah, tell me a cracker joke because I think we here maybe in the States might think of cracker as a different
Not one of those crackers.
So I was expecting, yeah, when you
No, not a white crazy man. No.
That's too funny.
Indeed, it was because I didn't know what was happening, so it was equally funny. So shame me once, I'll let you off. But shame me twice, Bob. I'll be on you.
Hey, man, you know what? I always say, when your friends stop making fun of you, that's when you know you have a problem.
So you need to worry.
That's when you need to worry. All right, hey guys, yeah. So, we had sort of a downtime session last time. The group of the heroes that have delved deeper and deeper into the Temple of Elemental Evil. That's you guys, in case you were wondering.
Really?
Took everything off of the bodies of everything that you murdered ruthlessly in the previous session. Taking all of your ill-gotten gains, you escaped the Temple of Elemental Evil and went back to Hommlet.
Our heroes, NJB.
To kind of reset. Tuktrin had armor that was waiting for him, and as you had been taking on more aggressive opponents, it become more and more problematic. You had numerous items which Greyash needed to identify, spend time with his books and in his laboratory, or his on loan laboratory in Hommlet to figure out what those things were. And of course, you made some trades as well up to Verbabon, sending back basically a bunch of weapons because, you're also arms dealers, apparently. You sent a bunch of weapons by night on a caravan, a secret caravan, spreading weapons throughout the city of Verbabunk.
Hey, we sent weapons and received defensive items in return. Like, best kind of weapons dealers, right?
True. And yeah, so then of course you received 2 pair of magical bracers and then a large a sack which only weighs 35 pounds, but which is able to hold much more than that. A bag of holding, which will help you get your ill-gotten gains. So since that time, however, you had a little bit over a month to spend to do what you will. And I'm going to go to you last, David, because we'll kind of transition right into the hunt from your thing, because you did a lot of spell research. But let's now I heard something from Chris, and I want to talk about what he's doing. But briefly, Dom, Pete, Luke, would you like to have your characters do anything over that period of time that you'd like to kind of just declare now? Anything that you wanted to, you can practice learning like non-weapon proficiencies that maybe you wouldn't have naturally learned, like going around. You can, send back to Verbabonk for things, or start a thieves guild, or build a shrine or whatever.
I wanted to try to send a message back to the mountains, which I know is a long journey for a messenger, but
yeah,
I've got the gold, so just gonna write a letter in Dwarvic runes back home.
And what are you telling them?
I'm just gonna outline kind of exactly what we found so far, that about this town, about who's in charge, about finding the temple, what we've seen in the temple, that I believe that our fellow dwarves were taken deeper into the temple, and that just like years ago, if we cannot succeed in our mission in the temple to stop the evil there, regardless of what happened to our fellow dwarves, there's going to be war. That this evil's going to break out of this temple, out into the land again. So they need to start preparing for our success or potential failure.
Yeah, there haven't been a ton of clues, and every time it's felt as though the trail has gone cold, you've managed to find just some sort of indicator that perhaps there was your companions previously. You'd gotten some information that they'd been transferred to the Temple of Elemental Evil, when you were in the moat house. And then in the temple, you also, of course, have found other evidence.
Right.
So
basically just going to outline that and just let them know we're going to continue our treks deeper into the temple.
Yeah, and I'll say this too, because you brought this up, and I'll reveal this, is that in fact, just having spent some time now in town over the past week, and even though this is a predominantly human town, your group has become I wouldn't call you necessarily like heroes, because some people think of you as obviously as people don't know what to make of you a little bit, because you're a little bit responsible for the kind of militaristic tone that has been set now in the town with Burns Badgers and all of that. But at the same time, you've also done some good things in terms of securing the town and, bringing back goods and things like that. But there's definitely some, what's going on.
This is definitely safer thanks to us.
Yes, but at the same time, you're also freakish murder hobos who do things and don't realize the consequences of your actions until it's too late, and so anyway, basically.
And you're saying that's a bad thing?
Yeah. But because of that, Tuktrin has heard, in fact, there's been a lot of talk as you've been just sort of around town and everything, and people have kind of brought it to your attention that, yes, there's been a lot of strange things happening, in the whole region, rising, bandit activity, of course, which you'd heard before, but then even people dying of rare diseases and poisonings from plants in regions that were poisonous and invasive plants appearing in farms that were long been warped and things like that, and you're kind of hearing these stories, and so it adds a little credence to the letter that you're sending back to back to Under the Mountain, because you've got a lot of specific examples that you've seen there. So
and so basically I'll do that. I get the armor taken care of, and really for the rest of the month, I'm gonna just start working on securing our building that we purchased with different spells and whatnot, and then also if there are any local priests here. I don't remember if there was one.
Yeah, there's two. There's actually two different priests here. So mostly, actually, you've probably have interacted a lot with the druids, because not only not only are they sort of like friendly with the old like Elmo and all those guys, but Roland has sort of made it his second home while he has been in Hommlet, whenever he's there. So he's kind of befriended them, and I'm going to tell you something about what Roland has done as well. So, but then there's also the Temple of St. Cuthbert, which is at sort of the top of the hill. They've allied a bit with the Burns Badgers, but you have a good relationship with them as well, because you worked with them a bunch when you had the Paladin in your group very early on, before he cowardly gave up on his mission to defeat this temple.
That guy's not a very good paladin.
No,
The worst.
So I want to work with the priest too in my spare time on anything that we need to do, whether it's like healing the sick or sanctifying anything or whatever, as long as they're at least basically good aligned.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's
I'd like to.
And that's pretty much what
Sorry.
I'm doing. Yeah. Okay.
I'd like to spend a little bit of time hearing that there is trouble in the area, just trying to learn more about it, speaking with the guys at St. Cuthbert, and in some of that downtime trying to spread the word of Erroneous. Why not?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you're able to look into it a bit more. Particularly the temple, the priests of the Temple of St. Cuthbert, who are a lot more, I guess you might say, like dogmatic, and they're looking at things as like signs and things, whereas like the druids are more like there is a disturbance in nature and there's things like that. The priests of St. Cuthbert are viewing it more as sort of like a repent sort of situation. Like the people are being punished for not having steadfastly tied themselves to, strict matters of faith and rigid rigid ideologies, more rigid ideologies, like the kind that the followers of St. Cuthbert. And again, they've been, allying further more and more with Burns Badgers anyway. And given that they're essentially, like fighter warrior types themselves, they've definitely kind of added to that, feeling of militarization of Hommlet. Now, what about JB, Pete? I know you kind of told me some stuff, but just kind of go over it again for me, would you?
After taking a lot of hits to the face and to the chest and swords and stabby things, JB has realized that he can't spend his riches if he's dead. So he's found, or he's gone searching for in town and found people who can help him sort of dodge a little bit better and be a little bit faster on his feet, which goes into my new tumbling non-weapon proficiency. That's how he got that.
Oh, okay.
Just learning more of a defensive instead of just fire and arrow and stab things.
Well, over the month, yeah, there's like, certainly, we'll just say maybe there
and he
was.
He can certainly pay.
I will say this. How about over the month, there is a band of like jonglers and acrobats. They do a show.
Carnivale.
And they're coming through Hommlet at one point, as they're heading to the north is it to the south is where it gets warmer, right? In this world.
South, yeah.
Yeah, so they're heading south as it gets further into winter.
Works for me.
And so yeah, you spend a bit of time, working. You join the circus as I said earlier in the comments on Discord. So yeah,
my proficiencies include tightrope walking, so I was an asset to that circus.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. Actually, I would kind of think like, I mean, you're also like super dexterous and highly experienced, and like, so you don't have like the skills necessarily that they have right off the bat. You have a level
Other
of expertise. Skills. Yeah. Yeah. Page 18. Page 18. Page 18. Yeah. Okay, sorry guys. Let me just look at something up really quick here.
Oh, I get to go and see my horse whilst we're here in Hommlet. Oh, I've missed that little guy. Sorry.
I actually when I play long-term campaigns, I do like kind of like playing with my horse or whatever traveling animal I have, or if I have like a ship in a sci-fi game or whatever it is, like I like those kind of NPCs, those like sort of characters that you control but that aren't your character. Those little things are always fun. Yeah, so anyway, Chris, are you there? Are you at the key?
Yeah.
Are you here now? Okay. So we'll get into David here in a second as to what he's got going on to sort of finish this up. But there is one other thing that happens during this month that draws quite a bit of attention, not only to all of you all, but to the rest of the village of Hommlet. And that is that Roland Ravensblood begins construction of a house on property adjacent to a farm with whom he has been working on this farm and helping out this farmer, and he is widowed and he has these two sons. And he started building this house and with their help, but also with the help of 9 bugbears. And the murderous humanoids being invited into the center of town causes a bit of a stir. But one thing that's sort of interesting, however, and something that sort of keeps the peace, is that the militaristic followers of St. Cuthbert and Burns Badgers, in conjunction with them, have sort of been, there's been this sort of ideological battle, as I've been mentioning, going on within the town, over sort of the spirit of the town. And then there's the sort of the followers of the old faith, the people who have like been here for generations, that just kind of want everybody to just like live and let live, help each other out, live and let live. We don't need all this structure. We don't need walls, all that kind of thing. And there's been this sort of ideological battle. So almost immediately, Burns Badgers and the Temple of St. Cuthbert want to rid Roland of his 9 enslaved bugbears, murder them, and charge onto the land and murder them. But however, the longtime locals, in a surprise, maybe twist, defend Roland and his right to do what he wishes on his own land. So there becomes this sort of month-long standoff where these bugbears are building this house with Roland and these 3 farmers, like this man and then his 2 teenage sons, which are humans that seem to have like accepted the bugbears in a lot of ways and accepted Roland as well. They're like building this, and then there's kind of this like group of basically like Burns Badgers and followers of St. Cuthbert, along with like, old time local citizens, kind of like in a perimeter basically around the property almost all the time, as they're sort of like working out this detail. But over the course of the month, I mean, it seems as though they do follow Roland's strong leadership, and do what he says. Chris, why don't you kind of describe this a little bit more, though, from your perspective? Because I think you gave me some great details, and I would love it for the other people to know what you got going on here.
They only do like stone carrying stuff like that and helping to build the building, and they are looked after. They're not badly treated. Like they get good food, good clothes, good equipment, and they're securely locked away at night. And I have a bear as well that prowls around, farting from the grove. So like they know not to run off because the bear will just fucking get them. Although I am at odds because I don't want to cause distrust in the community. But Roland's intent is inclusive. He doesn't think it's right just to fucking plunge your sword through. Some people sometimes, like, it's one thing to fight in combat. Roland's been took prisoner of war many times. So he sees them as like prisoners of war. And they eventually will either, like, if the town force him to, he'll get rid of him somehow. He hasn't even thought ahead because he's got that wisdom. Other than that, he thought they might just move into the community. I thought it had loads of opportunities, but then I'm not inclusive. The militia could practice with them. Have you ever fought a humanoid? Like, I've been trying to organise to see Rufus and burn me some of that drink from the temple, because what I reckon is a drink of the Lord. See him and go, like, well, you could have your men train against these bugbears. Have they ever fought a humanoid?
Yeah, that conversation is going nowhere yet. But the longer that these bugbears are there and don't, like, break free of their chains and kill everyone in town, the higher your chances become of actually making like something like that happen. Now, the good thing is, of course, is that Roland's house is sort of on the southern end of town. Like the road has this kind of there's a bit of this kind of crossroad basically at the center of town, right near where the Inn of the Welcome Wench is, and it's down that southern road, sort of at the very far edge of town there on the map. If you see it on Roll20, he's like basically like over his house is kind of like in here in this area. So he's fairly like far to the south of town, outside of everything. So
guys, at a game, just think of the subplots of the GM there. Get from the bugbear, they escape and stuff like that.
You're going to come back from the temple and they're going to be dead.
Loads of stuff could happen, couldn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not bothered. I'll get rid of it
mystery.
If it bothers the players of the party, honestly, I'll just go now into the wilds and free them live.
What's your charisma?
Mine.
Mm-hmm.
My character, I think it's hang on.
7. It's poor, but that's what he's got me for.
It's 7, I think. No, it's 8. It is 8, yeah, because my wisdom's 7, I think. I've got 8. I've got the caption in front of me. I have to search for it. I'm going to get it now. Yeah, because I'm in 9. Charisma 8, wisdom 7. Yeah.
Okay, well, over the course of the month, the farmer, what is actually his name here? Let me get his name.
He also has a low charisma.
Yeah, he really
I can't even remember his own name.
I'm just a faceless NPC on a sheet. Don't look for me.
Oh yeah, okay. So Irat is the farmer's name, and he is and he and his 2 sons are there. Have been working with you this whole time. I'm working with Roland this whole time, and they by the end of the month, it's clear that because he owns the property, that like the bugbears have started to sort of treat him as like second in command in a way. They seem to function very much like in a militaristic kind of way as you're like as Roland is like working with them. So the mercenary background, the military background that Roland has, has served itself well. And by the time that Roland is actually ready to head out of town, Irat and his sons, like they don't even act weird around the bugbears, Oh, by the way, I want to show you guys this. So I don't know how you've been imagining bugbears, but I came somewhere along the line. I got a miniature of the old school versions of the bugbears, like what they look like in AD&D one
Oh,
first
yeah.
edition. So here, if I can get you a little view of this little guy here. So this is what they look like in first edition.
Yeah, that's bang on.
Right? That drawing, you remember that drawing, right? That little black and white drawing? You know
That's
exactly what I'm
wonderful
talking
little
about.
figure, yeah.
So it's I think we've kind of made them seem more fierce now, like in more contemporary D&D, but I kind of like imagine that they're like these guys, All right, so then let's get to sort of the pathway out of Hommlet here and get to what Grey Ash has been doing, because David, you sent me over. Grey Ash has been doing a lot of spell research over the time now. But tell me about the Displacer Beast cloak or the Displacer Beast pelt and what it's for and all that.
Yeah. So after like the 3 weeks of researching spells, 2 of which was spent, like a lot of it was spent on a single spell, which is funny because I was like making up a new thing. But the one I was focusing on was a defensive one, which is the Displace Self, I think it's called, isn't it? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it needs the spell component of it is the hide of a Displacer Beast. And obviously we haven't seen any of these, and we don't know any of them are. At some point in the week, because I know you're friends with like the Grove, Roland, I'd like ask if you like would be able to get and ask them, like, do they know where any of these beasts are? Because they are very dangerous creatures that hunt in packs, would easily kill like anyone unawares. And if we can get their hide, then it'd be of great protection to me and anyone else I can cast a spell on.
Yeah. So I pry the druid and go like, yes, these are evil things that lurk and hunt men and serve no well in nature. They're distasteful in nature. Tell us where it is, please.
Tell us where it is, please.
And I will walk the bear all winter.
What?
I'm going to let it sleep in my snug. Ha 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 ha. My snug's my nice warm place on my second floor.
All right, hold on really quick here, just super fast.
Where's our?
All right, yeah. So Jaru is the druid who is mostly here. I'm sorry, Chris. I think I'd been kind of mentioning Canonicity Day because she's the head of the druids, but she's actually in Nulb. And so I was getting my people mixed up. But Jaru Ashstaff is the druid of this particular grove. He's in charge currently right now.
I thought your dad was the priestess of Cuthbert.
Oh
No,
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
she's
yeah,
a
you're right.
canoness.
Canoness, yes. Yeah, so anyway, Jaru is the druid of the grove here, and he is so when you go and talk to him, kind of start getting into back and forth, and he mentions that there aren't really any in this region, but there are some to be known to have been spotted in the Cron Hills.
Oh. And Wanalun's from there.
That's exactly right. In fact, yeah, I had it pronounced as Wanillan. Wanalan. Yeah. I like it both. Wanalan. I kind of like your.
I can't even remember. I remember it was just like a
so Wanalan, in fact, is a woodsman. Although he, the gnomes don't practice the druidic arts. I mean druidic or ranger arts. They're not really attuned to that. He's somebody who has become good at, prowling the hills and moving through the shadows and climbing the trees and hills and rocky outcroppings and learning all the ins and outs of the hills. And it takes a little bit of time, but long story short, Jaru ends up being able to use, to connect with the gnomes of the Cron Hills and set up a meeting between yourselves and Wanalon, who is happy to act as a guide for you to find the Displacer Beast, as previously earned friends of the gnomes. If you all remember, I believe you have rings, do you not?
We have one ring, which I have in my possession.
Okay, yeah, friends of the gnomes. So,
I know we got something that was off. Yeah. Well, there you go then. Oh, that all adds in.
There you go.
So yes, Crash. It'll take some time. But Jaru's on it.
All right, so anything else you need to do in town?
I think so.
Or shall we move on?
I don't have to do anything in town. I don't know about these guys.
I'm really quite happy. Yeah.
Okay. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Happy.
All right. So Wanalon, you end up meeting with him in the hills, in the Cron Hills, and at the base of the Cron Hills. And he happily reintroduces himself to you. You should see a new map on Roll20. Tell me if you do
lovely.
not.
Yep.
It's proper. It's a proper
Old school. There you go. I hope you can actually grasp what's happening on this map.
Yeah, it's good.
My maths book.
So Wanalon, he says, yes, the Displacer beasts have been taking over the hills more and more, moving more closer and closer to civilization. Before, so rare, but now easy to spot. And it won't take us long to find them for you. And a couple of, it takes you just a couple of days before he's on the trail. They have the distinctive six-legged, they have a six-legged track, large cats, 9 to 12 feet in length, huge, known to have glowing green eyes that glow green even after they're dead. I'll just say JB knew that, being someone who is an avid appraiser and taker of disgusting things from dead bodies, that they are prized actually amongst thieves and rogues, the glowing eyes, for their more as a novelty than actually like a value, a thing of value. Of course, the pelts are valued as spell components, and are also just so rare that there's a value to them, just as for like a collector. But they are, of course, known to be dangerous beasts. Fortunately, not known to gather in very large groups, usually just small family groups. And he tells you all of this as you're sort of traveling over the couple of days, and before you know it, he's managed to find the scent of Displacer Beast, and ultimately track it to where he's found some very large and horrifying scat. I want to give you the opportunity to you can really come from wherever you would like in the map. So I'll just say that that's where you find it first and foremost, and I'll give you a description from that position. So essentially you
waterfall.
Yeah, essentially you come to a place where there's a bit of a cliff here, about 30 feet tall, the 30-foot high cliff. It's not hard to climb. Like it's a cliff, but it's, plenty of handholds, plenty, like you might, you have to move a little slow, but nobody's gonna have any trouble really climbing that. About 30 feet in all, up to sort of like a higher level of mostly stony and shrubby hills. And waterfall cascades off of the top of that cliff. A fairly wide, 15, 20-foot wide river crashes down in a waterfall into a pool down at the base of that cliff, which extends down to a river that heads to the southwest. There's also this like kind of rock pile-ish on the western edge of the pool that it's been there for a long time, but I'll say maybe Tuctrin, being a dwarf, at one point there was probably like a rock slide here or something like that, because the rocks like seem older, they're exposed old rocks, and they're like covered with like shrubs growing out of them and things like that. And then there's sort of a sandy beach to the north of there's a sandy beach to the north of the pool, adjacent to which is a wide cave entrance, good 25 foot wide cave entrance. The cave does seem to narrow, but you can't really see much about that. As you're approaching, you also notice that near on the northern edge of the pool, kind of drinking at the pool, and kind of washing up, I guess you might say, at the pool, are 4 of these beasts, black, dark as night, standing starkly against the light-colored sand of the beach. They look a lot like panthers, black panthers, but they're not quite that, in that they're larger. Their bodies are much larger, and extended even more so by the extra set of claw-ending legs that extend from the center of its body, giving it full 6 legs. And then each of the creatures has 2 long tentacles that end in sort of triangular shape with strange, almost tentacles at its end that sort of swoop around and almost seem to have a bit of a life of their own, as if they might strike out at something at any moment. There seems to be a male, a female, and then 2 much smaller ones. 2 obviously baby pups. They're all sort of like drinking by the water. They're up by the north. Where would you like to approach from?
I am approaching from here in a canoe.
Live as a family, die as a family. Let's go.
You're canoeing upriver.
Why the fuck not, man? I won't be fucking climbing around in this armor. I'm in a fucking bayou canoe, man. Going up the river.
Good point.
David, would Greyash have told the group about something that you and I were discussing? Just because I want to make, you might be important detail there.
It says, be careful. The beasts do not appear exactly where they seem. They, just like my magic spell to defend myself, they are displaced. Where their physical form appears to be may not be where they actually are. Also, a possibility. If we can capture one of the smaller ones, I might be able to use magic to have it be a companion or follower.
The mage is getting all druid on us.
Okay.
As I've had Do you remember
I
that the
can't
mage
complain,
gave
I've got
me
bug-
this
I've got
scroll
bugbears,
a long time
I've got
ago?
bugbears.
I haven't been able to use it yet.
Oh, it's a magic scroll rather than not circus level.
Yes, it's possible to capture one of them, but dangerous beyond belief. Even the small ones. Very dangerous.
A part of me seeks it as being feeling cruel that we come here amongst a simple family and kill its young and capture them.
Do not be fooled. Don't look at them as creatures and with soft fur and as friendly companions as you might a house cat. They kind of look like big house cats, basically.
Like super jaguar, aren't they?
Yeah.
Fucking mega jag.
Oh yeah, they're angry cats.
Yeah, and he says, they are not of good nature. They would kill you while you slept. They would take pleasure in watching you suffer. Do not be confused. These are abominations.
Very well, yes. Even the druid has said that they are not natural. They are a magical deformation of a species.
He nods.
It's a complex thing for roll, isn't it? Like the difference between like a natural animal, because you couldn't do that too, and like an evil fucking creature.
Yeah, like a owl bear kind of thing. This is like
exactly. Nailed it.
Yeah, that's a great example. This is kind of in that same category. I mean, I sort of feel like, right? All right, so so you see these things, you scout the area, you come back, and Roland begins to construct a canoe with the intention of going up the river.
Haven't we already got a canoe? I mean, come on.
So you've been traveling for 2 days. I mean, are you carrying a canoe this whole time?
Yeah, you know one of them canoes that they just fold out? They're just like...
What?
Okay, sure.
They're just like cane. They're just like cane.
Where'd you buy one of them?
They're dead common anywhere you have water. Like they're not like a canoe, like modern canoe. They're like the Indians had back in America. They're just like a skin with a really easy frame. It's not going to hold, it's just for going upstream. But if you don't want me to have one, I don't mind just being.
No,
on the
that's
edge
fine.
Of the water.
I mean, that's fine.
It's a bit silly, but as well.
It is. That's exactly how I feel about it. It's fine. It's a bit silly. By the way, I didn't actually say this, but this is a picture of Waniland from the Goodman Games 5th edition version. They did just drawings of more of the characters of the 5th edition version of Temple of Elemental Evil. And so this picture that I have here is the character. So kind of I like it. I like it.
I do too.
All right, so yeah, you can have your little fold-up boat. That's fine. So you've got that.
I'm going to find a picture now.
It goes in the bag of folding.
Yeah. We're using like the extendable 10-foot poles to like raft ourselves along with it.
I mean, are you all, there's one, how many, there's one person's fitting in this, right? This isn't like a multi-person that you
I will not be in the canoe.
How are we already off the rails?
Are you surprised that
Somebody invited a
this
rodent?
This canoe has come between us. I'm not in a canoe now. I'm just on the edge of the water.
Oh no! Come on, man. You can use the canoe. It's fine.
No, I sank it.
It's gone. Is this river wadable? Can we get across? How deep is this pool?
He has the god. He hears the gods like are mocking. Okay.
I mean, if it folds, it's probably got some leaky parts anyway. So.
No, you could go up the river. So like the river is like. Yeah, I mean, I say within the you can cross the river. Like maybe it goes up to even maybe your waist. The dwarf probably his middle of his chest, but like he's also literally looks like a stone now in his armor. So he's not going to get pushed over by the river. You could cross the river.
I was going to say, if you went carry the dwarf.
If you went a little further down too, you could cross even more easily, But if it's important to you to cross, like right by here,
Okay.
And the rock pile, probably extends about 15 feet up, off of from the ground level. And again, it's super easy to climb up. Won't I might say you're moving half rate or something like that on that stone, but it's really easy to climb.
I'll probably try and get up on the rock path as everyone
Stand back.
comes around.
Wait there.
Or I'll wait back
I have
here
my
somewhere.
rope. I dislodge my
Sorry.
rope. You can climb with the rope if you want. Is there anywhere my rope could attach, Rob?
Oh, it's true. I've got my rope too.
Climbing.
You got your rope. You can climb. The
I'm
rope
gonna
will climb-
wait.
Mhm.
I'm gonna wade my way
Mhm.
over to.
Wait, did you give the rope of climbing to someone else though, and take the rope of entanglement or whatever?
No.
Oh, no, I have
I'll-
the rope of entanglement. That's right.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
wade along the edge of the river, given that it plays beats plenty of chance to ignore me. To there, and then I'm gonna go under the waterfall there, because that's just what you do in Dungeons and Dragons. If you don't go into the waterfall, you're a twat. So that's what I do.
There's always something hidden behind the waterfall. Always check
Probably
it out.
death.
There's just water.
All right, so you're gonna creep
I'll
over
skirt
there.
this way. I say, making noise.
You're also downwind, so that's good. What about the rest of you all?
Mhm. Oh, yeah. I said I want to be like here somewhere, waiting to climb up. I'll like be just below, waiting to climb up for when Roland splashes his way over there loudly.
Yeah, I'm with the wizard on this. I want to be close to him.
Same.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, and then finally Tuctrin.
He's still standing
So-
in the river.
Yeah, I'm following everybody because I'm gonna be the slowest, obviously. So I'm going
He
to
needs to be picked up
carefully
to move through the river.
I'm going to carefully move through the river, testing in front of me to make sure there's no sudden drop off so I don't drown in my heavy dwarf armor.
Yeah, are you going to basically Roland is going in one direction.
Yeah.
Over to
Right.
go behind the waterfall. The others are headed in the other direction. Well, I don't know what JB is doing yet, but Tarkus
Don't be afraid of splitting the party though.
and
Rob can't leave.
Greyash. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
You're
man.
all on the map
It'll
too.
just do 2 rounds for them, 2 rounds for him. It'll be great.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow with Roland, because I don't think Roland's stealthing either,
No?
and I think all the rest of the party is probably a little bit more stealthy.
Oh, I'm not. I'm in plate mail. But somebody needs to protect the squishes, so I'm going to stick with the squishes.
Mhm.
Good
Alright,
rocks
That's what we
here.
call the wizard and the drow for now.
We noticed that seam of where the
Yeah, I
water
mean, we
sparks.
should also mention that Tarkus not only in plate mail, but his armor looks amazing. Like he looks great.
Yeah.
Did you have to do it like special?
Yeah.
Right? Did you have to pay extra?
Yeah, Tarkus paid 1,000 gold for this. 1,000 gold extra for this 600 gold plate mail
Very nice.
to be made to look pretty. And well, I cleansed it myself of all the evil, so that was nice. But yeah, the blacksmith
Well,
had
what's
to
the
do
point of
loads
doing
of
that?
work. Because some of us won't wear, the general crap that you put on your back. Must be the best quality.
Posh.
I'm just as alive as you are.
You'll be the fanciest
I
corpse
look
around.
good whilst I'm alive.
I mean, I guess for a human.
So that leaves JB.
Mhm.
JB's following Greyash to protect the wizard from anything evil that comes at him. Oh, the puppy.
Wait, you're
Okay.
the evil coming at him at the moment.
I know.
Evil approaches. Oh, hi, JB.
What are you talking about? We're heroes, remember?
Okay, so you I mean,
Yeah.
Lord
where's the
Almighty.
gnome
I mean,
going?
you guys
Where's the gnome going?
Yeah, when
GM?
Nilin is going to he says, wait. To Tuckdrin and Roland, he says, go further south first. Come from the south along the cliff so they don't see you. Their sight is not as good during the day as it is at night, so we have that advantage. But still,
This way?
actually, the other way. Like, so
Oh.
they're going up that way. But do you see how there's like a dotted line right there that has been drawn as the essentially he's telling them to go further south and then come up the cliff.
Very well.
Or come up along the cliff. Just to describe it in
Telling
human words.
everybody or just the...
Your big nose is accurate every time, my friend.
No, just to Tuckdrin and Roland, who are gonna literally be walking along the pool's edge, like in massive armor, wielding weapons of war. So with no cover, basically. I mean, there's some shrubbery and stuff there. And he says, I'll go with them. Something seems strange here to me.
Mm-hmm.
I lift an eyebrow under my full helm. Nobody else can see.
So what do you mean by that? Oh.
Might try a new spell here. This could be fun.
JB, you're stealthier. Can you watch?
It's probably nothing.
You keep an eye on them, see if they react to our noisy friends over there.
Okay. Okay, I see light wind blowing in that direction. That's good because these things probably have a good sense of smell, so my cloak of invisibility won't necessarily keep me completely hidden. So I'm going to be as invisible as I can be in the big old sunlight, and I'm going to keep an eye on them and make sure that they don't notice the clangy bros coming from the other side.
So my reason for going in the water was that if we can't see where they move, being near water, water can't hide how it moves, can it? That was kind of Roland's thinking. But now he's been told otherwise by Wim Bam Mamalam. Wamba Wamba Lim Bam. He, I look at Tuckdrin and go, huh? And like shrug my shoulders. And then I amble over to where Gwendolyn suggests we cross.
And do the same.
All right, so you all begin to move into position. JB moves quickly into amongst the shrubbery and stones and goes essentially invisible to all of you all. Tarkus and Greyash and Wanilin, move up, crossing through the river, keeping the stones between yourselves and the displacer beast that you saw distantly. And kind of pull yourself out of the water and up onto the other side, right? And you kind of look back over and you can see about at that point, you can see Roland and Tuckdrin have, kind of like started to move into the water up on that other side. And as you start moving up towards the rocks, you're able to get the displacer beasts back in vision, and you guys see something, and also so does Roland and Tuckdrin. So I'll go over to Roland and Tuckdrin first. I'll leave the others in suspense for a moment. Moving up the side of the the cliff side there, the pool is gets fairly deep fairly quickly, but you're able to pull yourself up onto a ledge because you almost immediately, as you get over there to the waterfall, can see that there is a crevice behind the waterfall, like a cave, but not a thick cave. In fact, probably the displacer beasts would have a little, at least the adults would probably have a hard time moving through it. I mean, Tuckdrin is wide, but he's also a dwarf and is good at moving through crevices and caves, so he can kind of move through it. And Roland, in spite of his massive girth and strength, can still kind of wiggle through this, but there seems to be kind of passageway behind the waterfall. There.
We like it.
The rest of you climbing up the rock pile, trying to remain as sort of quiet and hidden as you can, which isn't too hard to be. I mean, like there's a waterfall, so there's a big white noise, which is covering up a lot of your noise. It doesn't sound like anybody made any egregious sounds as you were kind of pushing yourself up the rocks. You look over the edge of the stones, and you're able to sort of once again see the displacer beasts, and they're all kind of like there at the edge, kind of just like sitting there, kind of cleaning themselves now. There's the male and the female, and then there's these two like very small ones, kind of like near the water's edge. But then you see another male come out of the cave entrance and start sort of padding over to the group and over towards the pool. And when Nilin says, "What's this? 2 males?" He just walks over to the water. Very unusual.
Would it be?
They're not even fighting.
What age do they look different ages?
Let's see. Make a wisdom check.
Okay.
Or Roland.
Yeah. D20. Let's have a look. A 5? Fucking hell.
Nice.
Swish.
I mean, they look fairly close enough in age. Like, Roland doesn't know a lot, but Roland knows that, like, in the animal kingdom, an adult male alpha, there's, an adult male animal situation, there's an alpha. And one of these should be the alpha. And they're, like, kind of just, like, mingling together almost,
Like 2 lions wouldn't, kind of. Like, yeah, I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm. And you know what, actually, Roland, I'll say this too. Roland also notices like which one of the 2 males is like the female's mate. Like you're looking at them and you're not sure. Like it doesn't seem like either one of them, or like she's like doting on either one of them, or like it seems very strange. Like animals.
Are they identical?
Yes, yeah. Is this a trick?
They're not identical.
Ah. Like they move independently of one another and do different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like one's licking and the other one's like scratching.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do move strangely though. Like you watch them and then like you might look away and then look back and or blink and they're in a different spot or whatever. It's like really strange to watch them.
I bet it is.
Unusual or not, we act when they spot our companions.
I'm just waiting for the sign.
All right, so Tucker and Roland, did you guys want to go into the cave at all, or are you just gonna? I don't want to call it a cave. The crevice.
Tucker, I can barely get my arm in. What can you see? I will guard your rear. I'll see if you.
I'll take a look and see if I can see anything in my infravision.
All right, you kind of step in, and let's see here. I can do this. So there's like a passageway.
I'm actually in 9 wisdom 8, charisma 7. That's what my stats are. I just know my coach shit. I knew one was 8 and one was 7. Sorry. Totally relevant now.
What are your life, buddy?
All right,
Oh,
so
it's a long thing. It's a back entrance.
Yeah, so like you kind of wiggle your way down there, and you're trying to move fairly quickly. But I mean, instincts take over for Tucktrin, and before you know it, you're just like, it's just like you were when you were a kid and you were playing in like the tunnels that your parents told you not to play with your friends, and you're like squeezing through the tunnels quickly and moving through. And before long, you can see that it does in fact open up into a larger cavern up ahead, and it doesn't take a ranger to smell the incredible stench of some creature, undoubtedly these displacer beasts marking their territory. I mean, it's just whoa, you know what I mean? Horrible scent. But you have to go further to see more than what I've drawn on the map there. But
okay, I'll try to make it back out, and I'm gonna try to give Roland the motion with my hands. Basically, just goes further back, gets bigger.
Yeah, kind of.
See if he kind of understands it.
I'll crawl along.
Our next month off, we all got to learn sign language.
The cat's
it's actually
on my leg.
really good. Yeah, it's really good.
Well, surely somebody like myself and Roland can communicate in combat talk, because we're both combat.
I actually think you guys, for minor combat things, I would probably let you guys just like generally communicate some basic stuff. I mean, you all have been fighting together for like literally like a year now, basically.
So I put my shield on my back. I stash my bastard sword. I pull out like my fighting dagger and go and do Rambo, put it in my mouth and crawl along.
Going in the cave.
I fucking am, yeah.
Yeah, we were like, where have they gone? They haven't. They're behind the waterfall, and then we haven't seen them since.
All right, so so you're kind of like looking at the situation, and then another displacer beast comes walking out of the cave. This time, another female. So there's 2 males and 2 females, and the 4 and the two children. Well, the young cubs.
Yeah.
And where's Whamalam Bing Bang?
Huh?
Where's Whamalam?
Wanillan. He's there with them. They're like up on the rocks. They're kind of like, kind of peering at stuff overhand. I'm giving you guys an opportunity to do anything you want at any time. I'm just sort of like, introducing small things as it happens.
So, what do you make of this, Wanillan?
I don't know. There's 2 males and 2 females. They could be their cubs, but look, you see, they almost don't even interact. They don't look like mates.
And you've never seen this sort of behavior before?
No, look what they're doing. And he points down over there, and you can see that the creatures, like, they're on the beach there, and they've started to like paw the ground a little bit and like kind of like walk in a circle, I guess you might say. But
that's weird.
I've got a feeling we've been spotted.
And they're looking at each other kind of, and they're kind of like growling, and like, it's kind of building up. Like the littler ones are kind of like nipping at their heels, but these 4 are like sort of making this like circle area, like scratching at the ground and like, snarling, snapping the tentacles at each other.
So they're about to start fighting, maybe.
So Tarkus,
why now?
I mean, Tucktrin.
Why are they even both families in the same place? If they're territorial, they'd know to keep the fuck away. Sorry, carry on, DM.
No, you're good. So Roland, you squeeze through at about this time, and you can see it opens up into a large cavern. There is a great stench here. I mean, as soon as you move into it, I mean, it's like, it's like you just moved, just the spunk of it is just almost overwhelming, It's a large cavern. There you can see light penetrating to your left there. From the west, the cave entrance. Here and there, you're catching off of your light. I guess you have your light coin, probably. Is that right, Chris?
That's correct. Light coinies go.
Yeah, you here and there you reflect your light coin reflects off of some coins and little treasures here and there. Old pieces of rusty armor or other things like that, like
shiny.
Shiny stuff. But you also see, oddly, on the walls, hung, but I don't really want to say hung in that they're like, not like magnificently hung, but like they're, like the rocks are like forming here and there, and it kind of creates sort of these like overhangs and stuff. But hanging here and there all around are, make an intelligence check.
Int check. D20. 8. Int 9? Yes, my father.
Nice. Okay, this is a pretty good check too. So, there are dog skins hanging everywhere, all around. But something clicks in your mind, and you remember one time when you were with one of your mercenary groups, where you were on watch one night, and you were all starving. You had been like traipsing through the snow and ice for a while, and you just barely been able to manage a meager fire when one of your companions caught sight of a dog, a large dog, kind of slender, almost looked a bit like a greyhound, but maybe a little bit more muscular, nearly hairless. But it wasn't an ordinary dog.
I know what it is, but Roland doesn't.
It was a dog that had, it seemed to have a special power about it. A power to be able to transport itself, blinking from place to place. And you and your companions managed to kill and eat this thing, and felt incredibly rejuvenated the next day. Well, in this cavern, you recall that moment as you look around and see that there are probably a dozen such skins all around.
Wow. Fucking hell.
And you somehow recall, because every now and then, every what is it? Every dog catches a bone now and then. And Roland has caught this bone. You recall that there's been an ancient enmity between displacer beasts and blink dogs.
Oh yeah, more likely to have seen a blink dog. Displacer beast, of course. Yeah, out in the deserts. Shit. Mercenaries and ice.
What's Tuctrin doing? Did he follow Roland in?
Blink.
Yeah, once I gave Roland the hand signal and he came over, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you see all this stuff too. And the sense, of course. You'd probably have less likely chance of knowing what these things are, but Roland can probably tell you as well. But it's strange and horrifying. And as you kind of look around more, you also see they're almost like cave paintings on the walls. Like I wouldn't call it like like traditional, like imagine like old primitive cave paintings like that we know in our world, but they're like, there appear to be like paw smudge marks and things like that are more than just random marks on the walls. Almost like,
look at this. These
Some sort of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Pelts of the blink dog. Yes, me and my mercenary companions hunted these in the wastelands, the Arctic Isis. It is strange to see them so close. Maybe we have stumbled upon something that is unusual in this sense of, I can't really quite make it out. Why would they? And I could have scratched my head then, because I actually can't work anything out. But I'll relay what information I know.
This is beyond my experience. Should we rejoin the others, or should we continue on?
Does the cave continue on? I cast the light about.
You can see it. Really, the only way it continues on, it seems like that you found that entryway, to that goes out to that beach. It doesn't really continue on in any way. So
there's an entryway to the beach or back the way we came. It almost looks like I don't know what the word is for. I saw it once in Verbonk. It was a place where they had pictures and little things made that looked nice, objects of art. And I point to the pelts.
A museum?
No. Who said gallery?
Art gallery?
There, so it doesn't matter.
Almost like maybe I can't quite put my finger on it.
We have trophy rooms in the mountains.
So what creature would have a trophy room other than displace beasts? Maybe there is a larger kin here that has them as pets.
All right. Stop
Perhaps.
there. Stop there. So the group of you that are outside, amongst the rocks, you see this like weird, like increasing frenzy between the 4 of the displacer beasts and the 2 cubs. And then they all sit, they all go down and they prostrate themselves like heads down.
It's a summoning ritual.
At this center of this area. And you kind of see this blinking at the center of them for a second. And then appears a massive silver shimmering displacer beast. I should say it's black, but it's in the light. Its fur seems to reflect the silvery color, and rather than having these green glowing eyes like the other ones do, it has this sort of silvery blue glowing eyes, much like the blink dogs. That
it's a fucking
Roland
hybrid.
And Puctrin are currently investigating. And you notice they're all prostrating themselves before this creature, which is a good 15 feet in length, 25-40% bigger than the others. Huge, massive. And as it does it, the little ones that don't really understand the rules yet kind of come running up to it and start jumping all over its legs, as if it's their father, it is their father. And it kind of looks down at them and gives them a couple licks on their head.
Make of this one.
I've never seen a beast like this.
I have no idea. This thing.
It looks like quite the trophy to me. A little bit excited about killing something so big.
The normal ones are dangerous enough.
You say the normal you say the normal ones are dangerous enough, and you can see the creature's head goes it freezes, and it's it kind of starts to move around slowly.
I look concerned. In my head, I'm
up.
Roland, hurry up.
Meanwhile, me and Tucker are just in the cave going.
Yeah. So what are Roland? Yeah.
Wait,
so
wait.
Roland and Tucker, and you just said, "Oh, there could be some bigger thing that these are worshiping or whatever." All right. And so, what would you like to do? We'll go back to you guys.
Oh no, I meant we're a few rounds behind. They haven't done anything, have they? Really? I mean, it's up to them.
Okay, well that's fine. We're just playing it sort of narratively too, though. Yeah, JB, Grey Ash, Tarkus. Anybody of you want to do anything?
Yeah, there you go.
We're gonna pass initiative back and forth between us. I guess one of us has got to do something first. It's I still don't know where the other two are. Should we make the first move or wait for them? I'm like trying to be quiet as I can.
As you say that in my round to Tuckdrun, I say the others are going to wonder where we are. I'm going to make my way cautiously towards the entrance to the beach, and my light shines out the entrance to the beach as I move towards it. There you go.
Yeah, I follow him, so maybe we can come up. Yes, maybe we can come up behind these beasts.
So I don't know they're there. No, there's fucking other things. So that's my go back to the gym and whatever.
Okay, Greyhawk, Tarkus,
we should,
JB.
Can
we see the light starting to emerge from the cave?
I mean, it's daytime, so
Perception
everybody
check?
make a perception check. Yeah, maybe we'll say a -4 on this one.
Ooh,
That's
painful.
fair. That's a fair check.
No, it is fair.
That is 2. I made it.
Failed.
Fail. Yeah.
JB notices
Nice.
the signal.
He's sensitive to light. I'm an image rare bastard. All right, I do love it.
The drow is sensitive to light.
Indeed. All right. Since
I was
we are
just
in the
sensitive.
middle of nature, which is out of my comfort zone, I'm gonna nudge the two of them and point to the signal. Like, look, they're coming.
The rock suddenly comes to life and points in a direction, and you realize it's JB.
Mhm.
And he
Okay.
points out the light. You can see the light now, like emerging from the cave.
It's now or never.
I start
boys.
getting ready to cast a spell. Waiting as soon as the creatures look like if the ears twitch, the heads turn around, or
The one is like kind of like looking. Fortunately, it seems to have its back to the cave right now. It's like as it's turned, it's sort of like scanning in your direction though right now, like where it's looking.
Wow,
It's definitely like it's like
Did that rock just point?
like it's like looking over towards the rock, and you can just see the.
I'm gonna jump down from the rocks and scream at the top of my lungs, "Roland, get out here!" and just start charging towards them. Shit, let's go.
start casting the spell. I guess.
Yeah.
When
That's
no one
the
moves
signal.
into the shadows. Okay.
Okay, that's what
I have an
I
arrow ready, but I'm not going to choose a target until after Greyhawk's spell goes off, because I'm thinking, possibly wrongly, but thinking that if he hits something, that'll give me a better idea where to aim.
Greyhawk has got loads of time. It's fine.
All right, because you guys can't see each other specifically, although, I mean, Roland and Tuckdrun can't really see the others necessarily. Why don't we do 2 separate group initiatives? It'll be the group of Roland and Tuckdrun, and then the group of Tarkus, JB, and Greyhawk. Because then that could see, like if Roland and Tuckdrun, who depending on who wins or loses, things could play out differently.
It could be
I think it makes
different.
yeah. Okay, so let's go through declarations then. So Tarkus, I'm going to let you just to go first, Luke, in describing what Tarkus is doing, because I believe that he was the one who decided to be a total maniac right now.
Hey, I'm just channeling Roland because he's not here. Well, I want to cast a spell, but I cannot cast that spell until I know where everybody is. So I'm just going to go and stick a knife in things. My focus is the big guy.
Okay.
I want to test out this new armor. Come on, boys, let's go.
What about JB?
JB has an arrow ready to go. He's going to wait for Greyhawk to cast his spell, assuming, rightly or wrongly, that when he sees the spell hit something, he'll know where to aim, because he was told these things aren't where they appear.
Okay. And what about Greyhawk? You're casting a spell?
I am casting a spell.
All right.
Looking at that square, this could be danger.
Well, it's something.
All right. And then Roland and Tuckdrun. You two were headed towards the Okay, so you two were headed towards the cave mouth, and there's there's kind of like some rocks and stuff, and like so you you kind of like get near to where you can sort of see out a little bit. You can like see out some, but you're still in the dark shadows of the cave, and it's about that time that you see this massive creature, blink into existence.
Whoa.
And then it seems to be kind of like in like almost like, it's kind of crouching a little bit, and it seems to be looking over towards that big pile of stones. You can't see your friends over there, but they were there,
Mm.
And the others are all the other, the two little ones are just like hopping and jumping all over Daddy, but who keeps swatting him away with one of his 6 massive legs. But the other 4 displacer beasts are all still in like this sort of prostrated position at the moment. So what would Roland and Tuctrin like to do?
I go, gee, I make an expression of like, I go, oh my gosh, look at the size of it. I point it to Tuctrin, and I look round for like, see if he's casting or anything. And if not, then like I'm wondering about if throwing a javelin and lightning. No, I prepare to be hit. I believe I don't charge. I like stalk towards it and like protect Tuctrin in case he's going to spell cast.
Okay, so you're like stalking forward.
Yeah, cautious third. 1/3 movement.
Yeah,
range.
there's no if they're not covered in a bunch of rocks, I'm casting a spell, but I'm casting a different spell.
Okay.
So I am casting a spell.
Okay, so let's do the 2 group initiative rolls then.
If anything does appear to like come at me, I do came to charge, obviously.
Of course. Pete, why don't you roll for your group?
Right.
And Chris, why don't you roll for your... Well, no, Dom, why don't you roll for your group?
Go for it.
Damn it.
Don't worry about it.
Oh man, I thought I was gonna get away with one there. Hold on, let's
actually,
see.
stop! Don't roll! I
Oh,
change my declaration. I want to change my declaration. I tumble.
Okay.
Okay.
Forward.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what, Dom, you might have the good roll this time because I rolled a 9.
I rolled a 3.
There you go. We just reversed rolls.
We did. I rolled a 3.
I changed my declaration then.
You're welcome.
All right, so roll it. Okay, you rolled a 3. So
I gamble forward.
I go on 14, so I'll
4,
be sitting here for a while.
5, 6.
Miscellaneous action may tumble forward.
Okay,
So
so you start tumbling forward.
Yeah. Gamboling.
Okay, so you tumble forward, and as you're tumbling forward, like one of the prostrated displacer beast turns, like it seems to notice you, turns, it catches you out of the corner of its eye, turns and goes like hisses like a big cat, and then like growls and like gets out of the formation, starts stalking towards you, and like the one next to it begins to do the same. Two of the other 4 that are big, that are there, kind of get up and start like looking around, almost looking to the master of them, to see what to do. 7, 8, 9.
8.
8. Tuctrin.
8 would be me. So it's not what I expected Roland to do. So sorry, everybody. Roland, I need you to make me a savings throw.
Okay.
Versus spell at -2.
Against what?
What did I was
Spell. Okay, so look.
Yeah, you can't not save against. You have to roll a saving throw.
Really?
Okay, so my spell is 14.
Yeah, it's the spell
12.
says you cannot choose to fail.
So 14, 13. So 13 is my number. 15 is what I need. 15. D20. 14. Oh,
Yeah.
failed by 1.
Roll a d20.
14,
You failed by 1?
Yeah.
Okay. So I used emotion control on you, and I used courage. And it's going to last for 6 rounds. And what it says is the subject becomes berserk, gaining +1 to attack rolls, +3 to damage rolls, 4 temporary hit points. You never need to check for morale. You gain +5 bonus to all saving throws against any various form of fear. And if I cast courage, it can counter this effect. Or if I cast fear, it can counter it. Yeah. And this also counters any effect of fear. So.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't say he's berserk. Like, I mean, I know it's called berserk, but it doesn't say.
No, it's called courage. The spell's emotion control. I use the courage, but it says the first thing: the subject becomes berserk. It's literally what it says.
I know, but that doesn't make any sense because it doesn't actually have any berserk mechanic connected to it whatsoever.
I know, other than the +1 to hit, +3 to damage.
Yeah, but it doesn't say like for 10 rounds and he can't not stop fighting.
I know.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have like any like.
This is just one of those D&D things.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm gonna just say that's just kind of like
a
poor wording as well.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I think he's just more like courageous and like yeah.
So I cast a spell on you, and you feel like the fucking man, basically.
Got ya.
He always feels like normal, the fucking man.
Right, but you feel like you've tumbled out of this cave, and you could just take all of them on by yourself. Like you're like, yeah.
What's that name? That's that guy. You're welcome. You're welcome.
What was our team's role?
I really expected you to charge in. So
okay.
So next round I won't be tumbling then.
Okay, so that was at
8. That was 8.
9, 10, 11.
11's me.
But they got an 11 as well.
Okay.
13.
Go ahead, David. Spells
this
first.
Is where things get funky because
magic missile.
I was really hoping this would happen before people started moving forward. As usual, this always happens. Glitter dust, of course.
Well, none of your companions are. Oh, I guess they could be in it. I mean,
20 cubic feet. Save versus spell. Be blinded. Blah blah. Covered in glittery dust, which cannot be removed. Continues to sparkle until it fades. Reveals invisible creatures. These aren't invisible, but like maybe it'll have some effect with seeing where they actually are. I don't know how that works.
These guys.
It doesn't specify. It doesn't. I don't think it doesn't specify in displacement or in glitter dust if either affect the other. So, have fun.
I mean, I don't think it would affect
anyway,
it. I don't
bastards.
So,
I don't need that because they're displacing through time. So
time.
Yeah,
Space.
they're actually
scary.
They're actually they're displacing through reality. Right? They do literally appear one place or another, don't they? I think. I'm not sure. I think maybe that's another.
I think it's like they either like to the like so much in this direction, but I don't know. That's how the character.
It could be just a magical lens on them or something.
Yeah, it doesn't work against them. I'm just going to say it doesn't work against them. It's for invisibility, but it doesn't work in a sense that doesn't reveal their location. However, it kind of explodes in the midst of them. The largest one, it's kind of like leaps up and kind of moves out of the way of it. So it doesn't seem to get the full effect of it. The others, however, seem like they're just blasted with this gold, and they seem almost blinded. They're golden. Their green eyes gone golden. What's the impact? That they're just blinded, or is there some other?
Blind is the only effect, apart from the being shiny.
Being shiny.
Shiny cat. Shiny Jag.
Yeah. All right. So so 4 of them.
Only 2 rounds. Rolled a 1.
No,
only 2 rounds. Hey, whatever. All right. So that was on 11. Also on 11. On 11, they go. So, 2 of them were coming at Roland. So is Tugtrin like at the mouth of the cave? Where's Tugtrin exactly?
Yeah, it's I figure I'm at the mouth of the cave because I think that's where we were at, and then he tumbled out. So I just made the assumption that's where we were at. But if that's the case, then yes, that's where I'm at.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, well then really, unfortunately, Roland is really the only
That's the plan,
creature he
baby.
would have seen. So
Mine
those
is 6. Blah, 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 blah.
Your AC is -6 right now?
Yeah. Enjoy.
Well, those
gonna get
two,
even
those
better
two
if I
that
get
had
close
come,
to you.
those two that had been coming up on you, you know.
They're still going to hit me because it's going to have 6 attacks each, and there's 4 of them. So I'm still going to take some
No,
fucking chopping. So I don't mind, like, but I am proper fucking AC. This minus
AC
6.
-6, man.
Minus
They're
2
blind,
normally.
so
Tumble for -4. So that's -6.
no, the two big ones, like the two adults that come up on you, and they were like getting ready to attack you, and right as they did, they kind of got blasted by this gold, this gold dust. They continue their momentum forward, and their tentacles are swinging around everywhere, but Roland's jumping and dodging and diving, spinning away from them, and manages to not get whacked by any of them. But as he's doing that, the massive silver tinted displacer beast with its bluish glowing eyes blinks away from its position, disappearing, reappearing right behind Roland, and bringing its tentacles down on him.
Squish.
Ooh, okay, that's pretty good. So that is -7 and -8.
Believable. Because they've got high dice, man.
Well, this one does. The alpha one does, especially. So,
Hey! As it pats me.
Mm-hmm.
whack. A little disappointing. 16 points of damage as it whacks into you a couple of times, one side then the other, standing right behind, slavering over you.
Wow.
All right, that was at 11, 12. 13.
Yes.
Do it.
So obviously I sprint at fucking full bore across that field towards Roland because I want to be close to my buddy. And I need
Pleasure.
a Tuctrin out here as well, but that'll all happen in due time. I'm just going to swing at this big motherfucker that's just attacked Roland because
the two
he's
female
the guy.
displacer beasts are defending the two young, and they've kind of like backed up closer towards the walls of the cliff wall, and so you kind of run right by them. I mean, not by them, like close by them, but you ignore them, running to attack the ones that are on Roland. Go ahead and do your attack. Or attacks 1, 2, I forget.
I get 3 every 2, so I get 1 or 2 next round. That was a 20.
A nat 20?
Is that any good? Yeah.
Nice start, dude. Seriously, man. That's the way to start.
Nice.
It's right, bro. Okay. This motherfucker's large, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Ooh.
Yeah, he is. Take D12, bruh. A 1.
Oh, god damn it.
Plus
God
2.
damn.
So
at least
3.
it's doubled.
Oh,
Is it
6
magic?
then? It's magic.
I do play in my games that you double the magic as well when it's a double on the thing,
so
but not your
it's-
strength. So.
It's
Yeah,
a 6.
okay.
Then, because
Just
my weapon's
6
plus
damage.
2.
Oh, so sad.
It could have been so well.
You don't have any strength bonus to damage or anything? No.
No, I don't get any strength bonus. I'm
need
a
some-
pretty
Contender.
average dude.
How much damage did you do? 6?
6.
6.
I did 3 on the roll. Well, 1 on the roll plus 2 from weapon magic.
Yeah.
And doubled. Yeah, my strength's only 14, dude.
Yeah, so like you come at it and you know, like it, you know, you can just you catch this like flicker, and you know that it's not where it appears, and you swing your sword back to your right, and in fact cut right into the creature. Unfortunately, it was kind of moving, so you didn't quite get as deep of a cut as you would like, but a good start to the battle. That was at 13, right?
Yes.
So 14 is JB, right?
JB is at 14.
I think JB is last this round, right?
Well, I'm not sure that the glitter does help me figure out where to aim.
You pretended it.
Yeah.
Does it give any bonus to hit?
Well, no.
Probably not. Just penalties.
Make them
to their
easier to
hits.
hit? Sometimes stuff like that will like give you a +1 or something +2 because you can see them better or whatever, you know?
No,
You
it just
can
says
see
it
them just
fine. They're just not
reveals
where they're
invisible
supposed to be.
creatures. That's what it says.
Such a good spell for that. All right, yeah, so you so you did not hit then?
No, I didn't roll yet. I'm
Okay,
trying
yeah,
to
go ahead.
figure out. All right. Well, still trying to figure out where these things are specifically because they're not where they appear to be. Is too complicated for JB's non-magical brain. So I'm just gonna take my best guess and aim at the big ass one that's trying to tear targets apart. And do I roll at a disadvantage for these things?
Well, none of them are trying to take Tarkus apart so much. You've got 2 on roll. You've got 3 on Roland, basically. Tarkus has run in there and made an attack on one of them, but none of them have attacked Tarkus.
I missed that part. Okay. Well, I'm
Yes.
still gonna aim at the big ass one.
It's not disadvantage. It's something else.
They just have ridiculously high AC. Well, low AC.
They get a minus. They get a penalty. You get a penalty to hit them, but I can also just essentially say their AC is better. I mean, it's the same thing.
That's an 18,
Exactly. That's the
so
beautiful of second edition.
Yeah, unmodified, I would hit a -1 AC.
And this is on the
big one.
The biggest, big silvery one,
Yep.
whatever. Okay, yeah, you come in and you know you're firing your arrow down at it, and you see it's like going right at its head, and then it just is not there. Like you blink, and he's not there. He's like a little bit over to the side, and your arrow just goes right into the ground.
Oh no!
Is their displacement illusionary?
These are bastards.
I only ask because I've got certain resistances to illusion magic.
Your best chance is fighting
It
blind.
won't work.
Close your eyes. Oh, blind fighter, teach us the way of the displacer method.
I mean, I'm
The
talking about blind fighting at this
First,
point.
you must walk along rice paper.
It is illusion, but it says although this ability is magical, the beast's location cannot be determined by dispel or detect magic. Only true seeing will reveal its location.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah, so you have an end of round attack too, JB, I believe.
Yeah.
So go ahead and take your second attack now, because I don't think
right,
anybody else has any attacks.
That's right on the last one. All right.
I'm
Well,
really
so
gonna smack that thing next round.
so I saw this thing kind of blink, and now he looks to be somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to aim in his general vicinity. You know, like aiming at him, but not at him.
He likes to move right. Just fire 3 inches to the right.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
Every shot is 3 inches to the right.
All right. Well, I rolled a 2, so I definitely didn't hit him.
All right. So Roland was standing 3 inches to the right. No, I'm just kidding.
I rolled a 2. I didn't even hit him.
Off my shield.
Yeah, it just breaks off his shield. What are you doing?
You look
spit
like
in
a
the dryer.
displacer.
JB being JB. Friendly fire's okay.
Yeah. So your last arrow goes off. Let's get back to next round of declarations. So we'll just move the whole group together now. Why don't we? You're casting a spell, Tarkus. Tarkus spell.
Tarkus spell.
Grash.
Spell.
JB.
You're at something.
Roland.
Web of Death on the nearest one.
I don't know what that means, but cool. Tucktrin.
I'm gonna charge into the fight.
Yeah,
Right.
it's when you go
So
like Conan with his sword, like will like just fucking throw it around everywhere around you because the displacers and we'll chop a paw off. That's
All right.
actually-
on my spell, I intentionally delay until Tucktrin is nice and close because I need everybody to be like these guys to be real close to me for this spell to work.
All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and roll the initiative die for us this time, then?
Yeah.
Here comes the 9. It's a 3.
Yeah.
That's good.
See, the dog
Mine's
was
4.
happy. 7. I go.
All right. So you rolled a 3, so 4.
Oh, that's me.
4. That would be me.
Okay, both of you
Two
got
people are
spells.
full. Yeah.
Go ahead first, Tarkus. Everybody's there near you right now.
So
So the dog's
yeah,
picking up the energy, man.
I cast Defensive Harmony.
Oh, I love this spell. I love this
So
spell.
what it does basically is gives us creatures the up to 3 I can pick the ability to harmoniously fight as long as we're in a group fighting close to this group. So for every one person stood near you that also is affected by defensive harmony, you get +1 to your armor class. So
Wow.
as long as you pair or all 3 of us stay together, we each get +2 AC. The harmony of this spell can't be discerned by us, so we can't use it strategically or tactically, but it describes it as such that a creature attacks one of us and the other one is able to distract or deflect, and it's just we're in sync with one another and move together
Trojan level.
harmoniously.
I love this spell, man. It's one of my favorites. It's just such one of those cool, like, it feels like it's meant for this plant when you get to this level. I don't know. It just feels cool. All right. So yeah. So you cast a spell, and Roland, Tucktrin, and Tarkus, the 3 of you feel like, all of your movements just seem like every one of those like lessons that you learned in how each of you fight over the past months, adventuring together. It all seems to come together in this battle, and you just feel more confident and more capable against these creatures. That was at 2, also at 2 or 5 or 3 or 4, whatever it was you guys rolled.
Yeah. Magic missile against the big dude,
All right.
which I think will work.
Should.
That's a great spell.
It's an
that is.
automatic hit, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's like a
10
machine gun.
damage.
It's like the Uzi
Nice.
fantasy game. Well,
You see 3 missiles hit patch of air, but somehow it works.
Yeah, like no matter what, it kind of moves around and seems to follow him wherever he is, and sears 3 cuts, into the creatures, into the strange displacer beasts. Beautiful hide.
My hide.
What was that at 4? Was that 4 or 3 or 4?
That was 3. No, that was
okay.
4. Correct.
4.
no, 4
5,
me then.
4.
Missile,
Go.
4. Okay. So at level 7 with mastery, do I get 2 attacks now?
Yeah.
Fuck. Right then.
I mean,
D20.
specialization gives you 2 attacks at level 7. So mastery doesn't give you more attacks; just gives you +3 to hit, +3 to damage.
Oh, okay then. Right. First roll, 14. And at the moment, I'm +8 with all Dom's buffs. So that's 20. Whatever. 22. That's armor class -7.
Are you going against the big guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck.
that's what I'm talking about.
Well, he swatted
Yeah,
him, didn't
so his AC, yeah, you hit it -7. Wow, geez. Okay, yeah.
he? It's large, so that's D12 plus 11. D12. A 10
Plus 11.
plus 11. 21.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. This is what he does, man.
Because I hack into it. Second attack, let me know when.
I think the second
he's
attack would
dead
probably be at the end of the
already.
round, right?
Yeah.
Would that make sense? I guess it probably makes sense. It'd be at the end
Happy
of
for you
the
to
round.
roll that, Mr. GM type
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Type person.
He's the DM, isn't he? So. That's
uh,
what he says.
so
It's not
that
just the
was
DM, it's the DM type.
Bob's always the
And
DM.
what was the original initiative roll was
3, I think, on the
was
die,
it 3?
right?
Okay, just making sure I had it right.
And that
Okay.
was what? That was 4 or 5?
Oh, no, I should have gone 7 then. If the roll was
Se-
3, sorry, my mistake.
You were going at 7?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Does anybody else go on like 4 or 5? 6? All right, so then 7 Roland goes. Anybody else on 7?
Nope.
8?
8.
JB.
All right. Now, seeing the big guy get hit eventually, I'm going to aim at one of the smaller ones, just sort of in the pack near one. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm trying to hit one, but I'm trying to decide: is he over there? Is he over there? Is he over there?
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna use the force. That is a 19. I would hit a -2, I believe.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. All right, I can hit the smaller ones. We like that. Where's my D8? There's my D8. That is 7 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, so your arrow cuts across its shoulder blade, and you can just see this, sort of gout of blood spurt out as it cuts across its body. That was at 8. Anybody else at 8? 9?
I go at 9.
It says like Tucktrin. Anyone? Go Tucktrin.
So I'm attacking the big guy.
All right, so this this is the first time you've ever fought in this armor. So he comes running out of the cave mouth, and I know all of you have seen this armor, and you can see, of course, like the symbols of Clangeddon and that are etched into it. But looks like literally there's a boulder just comes rushing, like rolling out of the cave mouth and into the large
Rock and roll
creature.
Dwarven style.
Only this boulder has axes.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
So yeah, so I'm just attacking.
Are you dual wielding right now? Are
Yeah,
you dual wielding?
I am.
Okay.
I am. So because I don't know how dangerous they are. I guess I'm going to find out. If I have to switch, I'll switch. It's a 16. And that spell that Tarkus cast did not give us any bonuses to hit, right?
No, nothing to hit. No, only defensive.
Okay, so that's a 4, 5.
That is a proper juicy spell, though, because
Plus
you stay close to the priest
18.
and get some proper
AC -3.
No, that'll do it. Yep. The first one.
All right, so that's a D8.
Is this your holy axe?
Yes,
Okay.
because I always have to use that one first, even though it has one less bonus to hit than my other axe.
Yeah.
I don't
You
have
can
a
get
choice.
another axe reconsecrated. I think I read that, right? You go to
Yeah,
your
I
temple
can, and I can turn that into my holy axe, but I have to be at like a dwarven, like I got to be at a place of worship for dwarfs and Clangeddon and all that.
We can work
which I
that
don't
out
have.
for future. Let's think about that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So that's 13. Hold on. 13, 40, 15. 15
Jesus
damage.
Christ, man. The whirling blades of death. And then your offhand.
Yep. Offhand attack. No, that's not. There's no way that's going to hit. That's AC 2.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so yeah, you come in and you just cleave into it. That was at 9, right? And
That was
okay.
a 9, yeah.
So at 10, the largest one of them gives us yowl, like this like cat growl yowl, disappears. Reappears up on the top of the rocks.
Oh no.
And
is that the silvery one?
yeah,
The big one?
yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh god damn it.
And that's intelligent. Yeah, and tries to whack you, Grey Ash.
Okay. AC3?
Oh man, okay, so one of them looks like it's gonna, well, let's go say attack of 10, AC7, yeah. All right, so yeah, one of them hits. So so it appears like right before you, and then like it's just looming over you, and all of a sudden the tentacle just whacks into you for 9 points of damage.
Okay.
As it's almost simultaneous as he disappears, the two female displacer beasts who had been guarding the children go rushing into the melee with Tuctrin, Roland, and Tarkus. So the first one, one of the females goes after Tuctrin. And oh, let's see, 18 minus. Does AC -3 hit you right now?
Oh.
Tuctrin.
Oh, AC -3. Yeah, it hits.
Okay.
Is that including the -2 that you get from being close to us?
Yes, because I don't have a shield
Okay.
right now,
Oh, that's wrong.
so it still hits me.
Okay, 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And then one also on you, Tarkus, here. One of the females. I think the best I got here is a AC1. Is AC1 hit? Tarkus? Didn't think so.
-1 with my buffs.
Awesome. Yeah, so you're deflecting them away. And then finally rolling the two males that are on you. Just continue to sort of pilt at you. AC 0 and AC -1 is pretty good, but not good enough for Roland.
I was gonna say I'd blind this one, but it doesn't even matter.
Oh, that's true. I even forgot the blindness. Well, actually,
that's why they all missed.
No, I'm at minus
because I hit Tuctrin though, and
I'm
that
at
would have been
-4.
blind.
I'm at
-4 to hit.
now. I'm at -4, not because I didn't tumble this round, so I got -2 normal plus -2 from your spell. So I'm -4.
-4.
-2 Tuctrin AC. What did I hit you on? AC2, -2, right?
You hit me at a -2. I have a -2 right now. That's what exactly what I have.
But then blindness gives you a -4 to hit, right?
Blind.
Or is it -2 to hit? They're blind.
Oh, yeah. I'm blind?
No, they are. They're blind.
This conversation.
Who's on first?
Third base.
Who's on first?
Yeah.
The glitter dust. I forgot about the glitter dust.
Yeah, actually,
next round they won't be.
You didn't take that 4 damage because it's blinded, so it missed you because it has a penalty to hit. So
Okay.
yeah, and I didn't include that in the attack roll.
Okay.
Yeah, so you managed to get out of the way of it. As it's sort of shaking off the last bits of its gold. That's all around on its body. Now that was at 10. We've got a couple of secondary hits. Roland gets his second attack. JB gets his second arrow.
Arrow first.
Arrow, yeah.
First, all right, we're gonna aim
Shoot
in the
that
same.
buzzed arrow through my heart. Sorry.
We're gonna aim in the same direction and move around to try to help defend Grey Ash on the next round.
Okay.
That is an 18. That would be hitting a -1, right? Yeah, -1.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Cool.
Soft spot.
And that is 5 damage.
No, wait. Are you attacking the big one or the one?
No, I'm attacking
Okay.
the one I'm aiming for the one I attacked last time.
Gotcha.
With a second shot, I didn't think I'd be in arrow range with the big one who's right there with us.
Yeah, he's up on you now.
So,
All right, and then finally, Roland, go on ahead.
Right, let's have a look.
Instantly kills one of the small ones in a single strike.
D20, 16.
You have these two males on you. One of them, actually, the male you Tarkus had sliced into. That one is also taking 2 arrow strikes, so he's got some wounds.
No, I pop the guy on me totally.
Yeah, well, there's 2 on you.
Okay, I popped the biggest one, the one that I hit last time.
Yeah, that's this guy. No, well, the guy that you hit last time disappeared. He blinked up to the top.
It went up onto the fucking roof. Oh, fucking hell, yeah, it went up to the... So in that case, then I hit the freshest one.
Okay.
Smack.
Love the lack of strategy. Go, do it.
Yeah, it's total lack of strategy. It's just what I feel I need to do. D10. No, it's D12. Are they large?
Yeah.
These are large as well as the large guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
Okay, D12, not D10. So it's D12. 11 plus 11, 22.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Does that mean we're supposed to be rolling D20s against the fucking super big alpha because he's massive?
I know. I wish the die roll just increases. Pull out the D100 with a terror. Yes. Okay, so that was everybody. Am I right about that?
Yes.
Happy?
Okay.
I cast a spell after my first swing. My 3 every 2 resets, doesn't it? Yeah, thanks.
It resets if you do with something out of combat. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, like, I mean, if you do something like out of fighting, I mean, not using your weapon. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's reset. I'm just making sure. I figured it was.
I would love to know this random rule that gives you D100 damage rolls. It's definitely something.
It's like
cheesy.
something in like one of the samurai things or something where the rule is like it takes your damage die up 1 step, and if you're doing D20 damage, the next die up is a D100.
That's a good point.
Also,
Certainly a thing.
I've just looked at my XP and stuff, and I am not level 7, I'm level 6. Because I'm on 48k, which means I'm not level 7, so I'll just take my 8 points off that I rolled.
Wow.
And I rolled them attack out as before. It's only this fight that I've thought I'm level 7.
The cat hit him so hard he
But
lost.
you
that
also
one.
don't get a second attack every
do.
round. You only get a second attack every other round now.
Ah,
7th
okay.
level 7 is when you get that second attack.
42. What's 100 hit dice for the fighter at level 6?
6,000.
Yeah, and I'm on 42 and a bit K. That's 48k. No, I haven't dinged 7. I thought it was 48 and it's not, it's 64. That's okay. But I haven't rolled my hit
Okay.
points or anything, or changed my saves, or rolled on any other thackos.
Doesn't
It's
surprise
just my
me.
attacks. I've
Sounds
only
good.
attacked twice, so yeah, safe. Phew.
Okay. All right. So the okay, so we're back around
New round,
to
wasn't it?
initiative. Yeah. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to reset the scene here. So standing atop the rock pile now is the massive form of the displacer beast that has been changed somehow to have sort of this silver shimmer to it and these glowing silver blue eyes, standing atop the stones, going toe to toe with JB Tulux and Greyash. Down at the base, sort of in the sand area by the pool, where you had originally seen the displacer beast, Tarkus, Roland, and Tutrin are going toe to toe with 2 large males and 2 large females that have been covered in gold dust and debris, which begins to sort of shake off now. They seem to gather their vision once more. There's also the 2 youngest ones, and they're kind of like yelping, but they're not like actually joining in the fight. They're like yelping on the outside, like, you know, at you, you know, like trying to scare you, you know, as they might. And that is where we are set. So why don't we go ahead and start with JB and Greyash. Let's do declarations for you guys, since you guys are in a lot of peril right now. JB, what are you doing?
It's a good description that was, Bob, by the way.
It certainly
Can't
was.
imagine.
We're going to swap out our bow, draw the daggers, and try to stab the big guy.
Okay.
Try.
And what about Greyash? You're muted.
How does he cast his spells? What's his immune?
Good question. So what are you doing, David? You're muted.
I thought I unmuted. I'm casting a spell. Sorry.
All right, and let's move over then to Tarkus, Roland, and Tuktrin. And why don't we start with you first, Dom? What's Tuktrin going to do?
So it's the 4 smaller ones surrounding us now. So I'm just going to start attacking them.
Okay. Roland doing the same?
I concentrate my attack totally on the one I wounded.
All right. And then
because I had 2 attacks this round, I'll only have 1 now, any. It's proper.
Yeah.
If it's 3,
what about Luke? What's Tarkus up to?
I must stay with my brothers, otherwise we weaken our defense.
All right, so why don't we go ahead and we'll let David roll the initiative die this round.
He's in the most peril.
Yeah, he is.
7.
Rolling like the same every single time. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 is me.
Huzzah!
Again. It keeps happening. 7.
7 was on the
Are you casting Magic Missile?
7 was
I'm
wrong.
casting the reverse of Enlarge.
Oh!
Oh, hello.
But I rolled a 2, so it's at like -3 spell level, so 6. So it's 40%. It shrinks down to 40% its size.
I guess that makes a save.
Oh yeah, it saves probably. Enlarge.
Pretty close. Let's see.
Yeah, this is the thing,
Save
man.
to negate.
It's probably got a fucking huge hit dice. They're Sabers fighters down there on huge hit dice.
They
I
save.
think
Cyber
save is like a
Spiders.
12th level
Yeah.
fighter or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
All right, well, unless he gets penalties, he made his saving throw.
Wow. Mad Scooby-Doo effect. Right, Harry
I don't think
Houser.
there's anything that would
As
give
it
it.
briefly shrinks, then goes big again.
Gets a debuff for being ugly. Debuff.
Yeah, he starts to like
Mhm.
shrink down a little bit and then just like, kind of shakes it off and the magic just unravels from the weave and the creature is able to continue on as it formerly was.
70% larger.
And that's at 8. Anybody else at 8? 9?
No, I'm at 9.
JB.
All right. We're going to use my daggers. I got 1+1 dagger, which we'll start with.
The gnome is also there too. I actually did roll an attack for him last round. I just didn't describe it. He is also fighting with daggers. And in fact, he does stab into the thing with one of his daggers.
Oh, I rolled a 13, which is a AC of 4, so I don't think that hit.
That is not going to do it, no.
And my second attack was a 15 with an AC of 2. Oh, I don't think that hit either.
Unfortunately, it does not.
Considering my
Wah, wah.
AC of -1 didn't hit last time I attacked this thing, I figured.
Mm.
That was at 9, I believe. Vanillin, however, does stab into it a little bit. A small cut with his dagger, one of his 2 daggers that he's wielding.
Come on, I shout.
AC or initiative 10. Okay, it goes on 10.
It.
Well, they
Big
do.
one.
All of
Right,
them,
right.
technically. Yeah, they all technically
Okay.
go on 10.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, like it shucks off the magic from Greyash, and then looms over it, swinging its tentacle things at him. So AC
Sucks.
-1 and definitely -8. Does -1 hit you at this point?
Yeah, I've only got AC 3. This isn't going to go well.
I lolled then. Sorry. Only AC 3 on a mage.
24 total
Oh,
damage as
You
it
choke
whacks
me.
into you. 24
Okay.
damage.
Take a nap.
Yeah.
Whack, whack. Just
Minus
covered in
7.
welts. Oh my god, Lord Almighty.
Super cool. Pinball, Jack.
I'm not on camera at the moment. I'm just.
He's not on
-7.
camera at the moment. Oh my lord.
Yep.
That's pretty bad.
Sorry, this one's
Fuck.
smart.
It's on Grey Ash.
That was at 10. The others also, the ones down below, which are no longer blinded. So that does help matters. Let's see here.
I should have used my
Do-
ring.
The 2 on Roland.
I feel unkillable anyway, don't I?
AC -2 is the best I got on that, which is not enough, I don't believe. The one on Tuctrin, AC
I'm on-
1 is
I'm
the
on
best I've got.
PCP.
Nope.
Roland's on Dwarven PCP
It's on PCP.
now. The salts. More salt.
And then finally Tarkus here. Also AC -1. Does that hit Tarkus? That's the best I got. there.
My AC is -1 at the moment.
Oh,
so-
okay. Wow. So you do get whacked. Yeah. So one of the displacer beasts hits you with one of its tentacles for 3 points of damage.
Oh god, that's so painful.
Boring.
Stay versus death. Oh.
That's more like it.
Now we're getting real. All right. So that was at 10. At 10, 11.
Yag. Yak.
I
Go on, Priesty. Then it's me.
oh, sorry, Roland. The one that's got an arrow sticking out of it. I'm just going to swing for it.
All right. Cool.
I'm a helper.
Motherfucker. Sorry, bad language.
This show is not for children.
Thank
Relative
you.
kids.
12. Yeah, I missed.
AC 12. All right. And Roland.
Attack.
Huzzah!
A 10. A 10 plus 8. 18. 18 from 15. It's 3.
Minus
It's
3.
3.
Yeah,
Minus
fine.
3.
Yeah, you're fine. You got it.
D12. 4 plus 11. 15.
Okay. The creature still remains. It has huge gashes in it, though, now. And they're splattering kind of everywhere as the illusion kind of bounces from here to there, trying to sort of escape. That was what? That was at 11, 12, something like that? Who do we got
That was
left?
on 11. 11.
I said 11, yeah.
Yeah, 12, 13, 14.
13.
13. There we go. Tuctrin.
So I'm going to take a swing at whatever the closest one is to me. It's kind of a... So I'm not going to say that I'm going to hit the one that Roland's been hitting or anything, because with their displacement, there's 4 of them. They're moving around. Tuctrin's like, I'm just swinging at beast something at this point.
Okay. Well, I'm going to roll randomly then.
So I'll you determine
I'll roll
which one I
randomly.
hit.
Okay. Sounds good. Oh, and you are actually going for the weakest one, so.
Oh, well, that works. That's a pretty good hit, actually. It's 16 plus 4. AC -5.
What do you think, man? Yeah.
Well,
yes, you
I
meant
mean, they have met, but it wasn't a good hit. 8 damage.
It's still describe your kill. He had 7 hit points. It had 7 hit points.
So I just start swinging wildly into all this illusionary bullshit, and basically just kind of blindside one in the side of the head with the axe, and it goes down, and I just keep swinging. Like, I don't even stop to look at it. It's just.
Oh yeah, take your second attack. There's another one like nearby. You can easily attack. No problem.
I don't know. May not have hit that one. 8. That's AC 3.
You sure? Nothing better than that? They can't do
No.
anything more? Nope. All right, you
Nope.
miss.
All right, and
Yeah,
I've got
your second axe.
and I've got one more at the end of the round. This round.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do it because there's
Okay.
JB's. No, nobody, because JB doesn't have.
Yeah, I'm not bow this time, so no attack at the end.
Tarkus
AC
get a
minus
second
one?
attack this round?
Not this
Yeah,
time, next
that'll
time.
do.
11 damage.
Okay, and I'm going to say that is on...
Yep, and you pick.
I broke to cast magic, so I lost my flow.
Huh?
I cast magic between my first attack and second, so
Oh, right. Okay, so that takes us then to the end of the round. I think everybody has gone. The creatures are bloodied. One has now fallen dead. One of the males. Another male remains. It has taken several attacks. The two females seem strong and hale, though, equally as dangerous as the males, and have an undamaged. And then, of course, there is the massive beast that is atop the stones, who has just taken Greyash down. Standing over his body, it still stands. It still fights with JB and the gnome Wanilin, who are fighting it the best they can, but neither one of them is really meant for this kind of combat. JB, why don't we go start with you, because you're kind of on your own there.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna keep on daggering because that's all we can do right now.
Let's see, this Wanilin.
Because I am not gonna abandon Greyash of all people.
he's arguably the most powerful.
Save
one out
your
of a lot of
soul!
us. So what kind of state is Greyash in death?
Yeah, I thought you said 7. Is it -7?
-7.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh boy. Okay.
Was it, is it death at -10? I don't know. I don't know how this works anymore.
Yeah,
death
death
at
is
minus
-10.
New plan.
How much
One
do you bleed
Well,
each
hold on
round?
real quick, Pete. Wanilin seems to be like he's rushing over to Greyash.
Okay.
I'll say that.
All right,
He
if
actually
he's going
has
to
something.
Greyash-
He can actually help Greyash.
All right. If he's gonna go over to Greyash, then my plan remains where it was.
Finally, a useful NPC.
Right.
Well, he doesn't have a lot, but he can do a little bit. He can do a little bit. He does have. He actually has 2 potions of healing on him. I was a little surprised. And he does have a magical weapon. Let's see here.
I quite
Okay,
like him, I do.
I know he's cool. He's cool. What about Tarkus, Roland, Tuktrin? You still have these 3 around you. Roland, one of the ones that was on you is dead. The one you had been attacking, Tuktrin stole your kill. But there are still 3 of these, but you can also see that JB and Greyash are like fighting for their lives at the top of the hill with Wanilin.
I go with my rope of climbing, monkey style, like around my waist. Climb up let it ascend me, and like spend a round climbing up to hack.
Oh, you're gonna go up the stones. Okay. And what about Tuktrin?
I'm going to continue to fight the 3 here, and I look at Tarkus and I say, Tarkus, go help Roland.
We're stronger together. I'm staying with Tuktrin. Roland can struggle. He walked away. He weakened the group.
I'll be okay going up the.
Yeah, but we've both lost 1 AC because you walked away, buddy.
Yeah, but I'm going to fight the boss.
No, absolutely. Carry on. I'm going to stab one of the female.
Yeah,
cats.
and don't forget your bonuses, Roland. Don't forget your +1 hit, +3 damage.
And also my hit points, 4 less. So I took them off first.
And, yeah, you had 4 temporary. Yeah, you lost.
Chris, I just wanna make mention of this because it sucks. The rope of climbing, as awesome as it is, it only moves at a direction at 10 feet per round.
Ah.
So it moves too slowly to be cool. in this
Yeah,
circumstance.
yeah. It
You know
doesn't
what I
like
mean?
fly up.
No,
like a
I wish it
snake.
would
goes-
extends the fold,
It
immediately.
break dances its way up
Yeah.
slowly.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
is it too late for me to change my action?
no, it's not too
I
late
want-
until we roll.
Okay, with the big
Can I
ass
use
dude in front of
tumbling
us,
to help me climb faster?
I want to command my rope of entanglement to tie his ass up.
Oh, I've got the flattery of action.
You're gonna throw the rope of entanglement onto the creature.
I'm gonna give it a try.
Okay.
Maybe it'll hold him.
Oh, I see. I thought you were going to pull me up using the rope. Gone
You've
mad.
got the rope of climbing. I mean, I can, tie you up and drag you up like
No, you can't. Just do that. Just do what you said.
style.
That's some crazy BDSM shit, boys. Let's not.
Right?
Rob looks deep in thought.
Rope on tangle cat. Then is that your declaration?
Oh wow, neat. Okay. Wow, this is neat. Okay, so you're gonna use a rope of entanglement.
Yeah.
What about so Roland is what's Roland gonna do instead?
Well, I can't climb fast enough, can I?
I mean, yes, you can. If you want to go up to the top of those rocks and fight that thing, you can do it. You can run up there and get him. Now you will subject yourself potentially to attacks of opportunity if you go running up there. But like I described at the very beginning, the rocks are very easy to climb.
Oh yeah. I scoot up them then, and I use my tumbling if I can to help me. If not, I'll just go up as fast as I can.
All right. What about Tuctrin?
I'm still. There's
So you're
three
gonna
more.
stay. So you're
around
gonna
us.
stay
Yeah.
there. You and Tarkus are gonna
Yep.
stay there and fight the rest. Okay. So and Wanillan is going to be pouring a potion into Greyash's mouth. So JB's doing the thing that's
As long as it's not
probably
the white kind.
Pete, go ahead and roll the initiative die this round.
Okay. And what is this? Do I go initiative +1 for a magical item use?
+3.
+3. Okay, so I rolled a 4, so I go on 7.
All right, so you rolled 4, 4, 5, 6, 6.5, 6 3/4, 6 7/8.
7, 8.
7.
All right.
I missed the roll on the
7.
die because
I'm-
I'm reading.
I'm-
sorry.
I rolled a 4,
Uh-huh.
so
Okay,
I'm going on
thank you.
7.
On 7, the die,
I'm going on 8.
the magic item goes.
Do I lose
Okay,
a round
so-
running up or what?
No.
Otherwise I go
No.
on 8 then.
Yeah, you go. The monsters can do attack of opportunity on you, or you will get an attack of opportunity for running away. But that's fine. We do that. JB, okay, use your rope of entanglement. Now, I have this open. Rope lasts 20 feet or upward. Forward 20 feet or 10 feet upward. 8 man-sized creature per person. Tangle with creature just size. Blah, 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 blah. It can do this creature. Rope cannot be broken by sheer strength, must be hit by an edge weapon. Rope is -2 AC and takes 22 points of damage to cut through. All damage must be inflicted by the same creature, not the one entangled. Damage under 22 points will repair itself in 6 turns if rope entanglement is severed or is destroyed. How the fuck do you get out of this thing?
Death.
Cut it with a bladed weapon. Didn't it
Claws,
say that at
teeth.
the start?
Yeah, claws, teeth.
Not the one entangled. All damage must be inflicted
Yeah.
by the same creature, not
Yes.
the one entangled.
Correct. And
Alright,
I wouldn't
there you
say
go.
natural weapon is bladed either.
I wouldn't
say,
either. I wouldn't call a natural weapon a blade.
Yeah.
Unless it was like very obviously like
Yes.
blade hand monster.
Yeah.
You know?
A T1000 could do it.
So basically, it would probably blink out, wouldn't it? It's going to entangle and blink, and either its pets are going to fucking claw it free or not.
No
What the
idea,
fuck?
because this is magic. I don't know if it'll blink with it or what. So this is my best shot.
It's a
Nice
good
one.
shot.
So, all right.
Bleeding, you lose 1 hit point per round until you are bandaged or healed.
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna do that, and you're doing that. So at 7, you throw the rope at it, or you just extend it out to your hand, and you wrap the thing up because that's all that happens apparently. So the thing just gets completely wrapped up, all of its like legs and everything, and you all see this incredible thing just happen. Like the rope just wraps itself all around it, completely entangling the creature.
Little one.
Super snake. Super snake.
Does it not need an attack roll? It just does things.
Yeah,
It just does it.
Magic's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Magic. It just works.
No save, Bob. Just need to get a save. No save.
Fucking brilliant.
No save listed in
It
listed in the
does
object.
not. It cannot be broken.
That's- Otherwise, it's fucked.
Upon
It's like-
the rope lashes forward 20 feet or up to 10 feet to entangle up to 8 minutes for purpose of entanglement.
It wouldn't entangle me because I'm a ring of free action. But yeah,
I actually have a question about.
I think it would entangle you, and you would just immediately step free of it. Like it would wrap itself around you, and you'd just be like, nah. You know what I mean? Like that's
it would
like,
probably constantly snake about me, trying to
Yeah.
entangle me.
and you'd just be like, nope, don't do that. You know. Yeah. So it's wrapped up. It's like it's flopping around up on top of the rocks now. It's desperately trying to get itself free. That was at
That was it.
7?
7. Yeah.
8.
Chop it.
Go ahead.
I chop the large one as I reach the summit. In fact, I just plunge my sword into it.
Yeah, just roll damage.
D12 plus the bonuses and everything. Plus that is 11.
12.
Plus 11. So that's a
11.
10 plus 11. 21.
Okay. All right. It's very severely damaged, but it's still alive. It's still like twitching there on the ground, just barely living. That was at 8. Anybody else go on 8? Doesn't
Yes.
Tarkus go on 8?
Tarkus does go on 8. So I'm gonna stab that female again because she's a bitch. That's an 18. 20 overall.
Yeah, that'll hit her.
AC -6.
Jesus Lord.
Where's my D12 gone? 12 plus 2. 14. Yep, 14.
14 damage.
Yes.
Nice.
Perfect damage roll for once. Hoorah.
Yeah, she looks severely injured. As she's been fighting you, and finally you get a blow in on her, and yeah, she looks hurt from that.
There's another one to come at the end of the round.
8, 9. That was 9. Or that was 8. At 9, the massive creature blinks away, and oh god, I'm so tempted to with the. I feel like rope would stay behind, or would it go with it? I don't really
I think the
know.
rope would stay behind. I think it'd wink out and the rope would just go bloop, and drop on the floor like.
I kind of feel like that too, right? It'd be
I mean,
too
otherwise
powerful
it's
if you couldn't
permanent,
escape
yeah.
it. Yeah.
If it was wearing armor, would its armor blink with it?
I need to take 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well,
Just
I-
thinking,
Well, but the
Think-
armor isn't added to it.
you
Like,
could lose it otherwise as well.
Yeah, if it's
Well-
got any carried equipment, like I know it's a beast and it doesn't really carry equipment, but if we as a wizard used the spell blink, would all of his equipment be left behind
Well,
and he'd just be
I
stood
would
naked
say
across the room?
You wouldn't be able to cast out of it, but you would be able to intimately use like if something was just in the mind, like what we call innate powers. They displace a beast. They don't have to weave or do anything. They just think about it and they blink. So like, it's not going to do anything. It just thinks blink out of this situation, doesn't it? But like a human couldn't do that, could it? Or anybody else couldn't do that, or somebody with magic couldn't
Yeah,
cast out of it.
But I'm more pointing at the fact that it is entangled as like that. That's like, well, it's entangled it. If it was to wear armor, the armor would go with it because it's a part of it. Well, that rope is now a part of it. It's entangled it. Devil's advocate, just tell me to shut up if I need to.
No,
Does the rope of entanglement? Are you holding it?
Say, for instance, it was used in reversed. I don't think it is. I think it just springs out your hands.
Like it's not in your hand anymore once you do it. Like you just do it, and it like springs out of your hand.
And it like just goes onto the creature, and just wraps them up like a.
So it's not
snake.
on your hand anymore. And like I mean like
could you teleport out?
How do you take it off of somebody then?
You just recall it with the power word.
But it doesn't say that.
I think
the way I look at it is like this: if you grapple somebody and they're able to teleport out of your grapple, you don't go with them. Because,
exactly.
Because even though you're technically wrapping them up, just like the rope is wrapping them up, the rope doesn't belong to them. It's you and your personal belongings will go with you, right? It's not your personal belonging. It's like a hostile force, right? So you're literally escaping the hostile force. If that isn't really the ruling, then that changes a whole lot of ways.
I feel like there's too much. Yeah, I think.
So I think it would, and I think.
Does that make sense? I think it's still incredibly powerful, incredibly useful. Because not a lot of things can teleport, especially not without using, like, say, somatic components with their hands to cast a spell. So I think maybe Displacer Beast is just a special case scenario here.
Not even like Displacer Beast. It's the blinking ability of this very specific creature.
Right. So it's like your average creature or your average bandit or whatever is just going to be screwed, which is great. So I think it kind of makes the item fair and maintains the way other things interact within the system, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so that's what we're going to rule then. So it disappears. The rope collapses into a pile on the ground. It disappears. So that was at 9. Anybody else go on 9? 10?
10.
Okay. There's a male and 2 females there. You've been fighting this well, you've been fighting kind of all of them, honestly.
Yeah. And it's insane. And I'm doing the same thing. You just randomly pick which one I'm swinging at.
Sounds good. There's 3 remaining, so.
Well, that's not going to do any good. AC 4.
No, that's not going to do any good.
Nope. So that's 1 attack. I have 1 more.
Do your other one?
Yeah, I'm offhand. Oh God, I'm not rolling good today. AC 3.
Not good enough. No.
Not good enough. I'm not rolling good.
AC 2 is what you needed. All right, so that was at 11, 10, 11. Well, who's left?
Has the guy healed me yet?
Oh yeah. So actually, yes. At the die roll, so he would have been 3 potion. That would have been at 7. So he pours the potion down your throat and gives you you're about -8, but potion of healing.
Doesn't it just go to 0, 1 or something?
It's 1 or more. I mean, like 1 or higher. Like I'll give him the 2d4 plus 2, and if it's manages, he'll either go to 1 or 7, 8. Yeah, 1. You get a 1. So
1 HP.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the ground in the pad of rope.
Yes,
conscious and able to move around.
What's going on here?
All right. Well, down on the ground though. So does everybody's taking their turns now at this point, right? Tucktrin, you don't have another one at the end of the round. This round.
Nope.
Tarkus does.
Tarkus does.
No. 2 attacks next round, I get.
Go Tarkus.
AC 1.
Yep. Good enough.
No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
It'd be AC 2 you need, so.
Okay. I'm just making sure I've got my numbers correct and I'm not magicking shit up.
And that's another 12 on the die. I take
Nice.
I
it.
finish it up. Kill me.
That's another 14 damage.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, she looks like, she's just like kind of like limping around. In fact,
At least one of her
okay.
six legs
Does
is
anybody
hurt.
else have any more attacks this round?
Unless I can go after
guessing
waking
no.
up, I don't think so.
No.
No, but you can go the next round. You can pick. I'll say you can get up if you want to get up. Because getting up is a whole fucking round action. And
Can I rub ointment on myself instead of getting up?
sure, yeah, you can ointment
Just
yourself.
lathers himself up on the beach.
I wake up and like, oh!
Stop watching me, Wanilin. Stop looking at me.
It's not that kind of game.
All right, so let's see here. Let me do more round check on these guys. Okay. Yeah, all right, so then we're going back around to declarations then. So it's there that you can see that the beast now, you've two of one remaining male, and then one of the females is just really, really hurt. And there's one of the females has not even been injured at all, but nevertheless, with one of the males being dead, the big guy being gone, and two of the adults being severely injured, the tide seems to have turned against the displacer beasts, and you can see that they're kind of like now backing up to kind of protect the young, rather than being like necessarily overtly aggressive towards you. You know what I mean? Like they're moving into a more defensive posture, although they're not running away. All right, so let's do declarations here. Chris, why don't you start with what's Roland going to do?
Well, I'm at the top of the hill, and I rocks with JB and Grey Ash.
Mm-hmm. So you could run back down.
Can I see the creature? The big creature
No.
that popped.
No, he's just gone.
Well, okay, make a perception check -8.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay.
Hang on.
Great
Nice.
trophy.
-8.
Oh, Scott, hang on. I got the character sheet. It is. My perception is 15. D20. 20? No, I rolled
You rolled a
20.
20? Oh, you definitely don't know then.
He can't even see Grayish.
I run back
I'm
down.
pretty sure he's dead.
Well, I'm feeling really I'm on PCP Dwarven style, so I leg it back down. Then I leg it back down and attack the nearest foe.
That's right. PCP. What about Tarkus? You see Roland running back down the hill.
Stabby.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
Tucktrin,
Same.
JB.
Switch back to long range, aim center mass at the Mesa displacers.
All right, and then finally Grey Ash, all lathered up and ready to go.
I'm gonna try and cast a spell.
Okay. I'm Pete. I see you. So go ahead and roll the initiative die for this round.
Hmm.
2. I only rolled a good one.
That'll do
And
me.
it was good.
Pay attention to the roll this time.
2, 3,
There we
4,
go on 7.
5, 6.
Yes.
Roland. Go, Roland.
Righty. Oh, well, I run to the one that's most injured if I can, to try to finish it off.
Okay.
Yeah. So I rolled a 5. 5 plus 8 is 13, and I've got Thaco 15. I'm a class 2.
Oh my god, that's actually good enough. Yeah.
D12
Yeah, one of his
11 plus 11.
Oh,
22.
wow. The remaining male. Oh, you want to describe your kill?
Ooh, yeah, okay. I run in, and it leaps up in the air, distracting me, but I realise and do like a mad Jedi turn and reverse strike as it's about to pounce on my back and rake me, and I go through its underbody, and like it yelps and leaps up in the air and lands on the edge of the beach.
Nice. The with the creature falling, there only the two females remain, and the two smaller creatures, the cubs remain, and it's you're trying your best to keep Wanilin's words in your mind about how these are inherently evil creatures that will glory in your torment if given the chance. But right now, as you look at them, they just look like two mothers defending their cubs as you're walking, as everybody is moving in towards the kill. That was what, like 5, 4, 5, 6, 7? That was at 7.
7. I go with that was 6. I go with 7.
That was I go at 6 as well. I was waiting for.
Oh, go Tarkus. Yeah, go Tarkus.
So I'm going to finish off this wounded bitch. If I can get a swing off. 15. That's AC -1.
Yeah, that'll do enough.
Go on, give me another 12. 6. 8.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. You want to go describe your kill, you vicious murderer?
Absolutely. I'm watching the movements as I move into strike, and it looks like it's going to my left. So I feign a deflection and then come round and swipe both of its tentacles off.
Oof.
My right side, bring the sword up and stick it straight through the back of her neck.
Oh, man. Injury to injury there. And the creature falls dead. There's only one remaining, and it's gathering itself before it's too young there. JB, 7.
We gonna aim. And I think, just like you did with Dom, if I hit, you can choose who I hit.
There's only one left.
All right. Well then. That is a 17.
Other than
we
babies.
want to keep the babies alive.
Okay. Well, then I'm not going to aim for the babies. I hit an AC of 0. I don't know if that'll be enough.
That'll be enough, yeah.
Cool.
Well, I don't mean to steal thunder and stuff, but, have you seen Blackfish?
4 damage.
I haven't, because I'm just too sad to watch it.
Yeah, don't watch it, man. Those Displace beast needs to be chucked in the river. I'm telling you. Better to die than be going to captivity, in my opinion. But there you go.
Crash is a kind master. How much damage, Pete?
True. Yeah, he might.
4.
He might have reason beyond my ken.
Says the man who has 9 bugbears.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I like it though, like Roland's having this like philosophical debate about keeping this creature and whether or not it's like good or evil, and just completely overlooking the fact that he has 9 bugbears as slaves back in Hommlet.
I look at my sword like Kylo Ren for a moment and think, why should I hit this beast? Like
I love it. All right, so that was at 7. 8.
I'll say it probably go around now because I've lost any track of when those go in.
Okay, yeah.
The casting time was 3 on the spell, so
that would have been like 5 actually. I think you would have gone on. So go ahead though now.
7. Okay, I cast a spell on one of the cubs. It's a save versus spell -1 penalty.
All right, well he failed.
Okay, it falls asleep for 6 hours.
Oh, well then.
So now look at now that's
the most underwhelming spell ever.
It's asleep, so it looks cute.
It's asleep.
It just curls up into a little ball.
How am I going to capture if it's like going to claw my face off?
It's both purring but also shivering in fear.
That's what we have a JB
curled
for.
up.
We
It's
send
just
him
so
in for
cute. Just
Captured
so
like that.
cute.
Oh, this is-
Okay. Okay. Okay, and that was 5, but also then 7, 8.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, this thing just falls to the ground. So
Well,
I don't know what happened with that.
one of the babies did. One of the little
Oh,
cubs.
not one of the one
No,
I'm fighting.
no.
Okay, well then I'm gonna.
Is
Finish
that
off
right, David? It's one of the cubs, right?
Yeah, one of the cubs.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna try to finish off if I can hit it.
Yeah, you can. Mm-hmm.
Well, the question is if I can hit it. Oh, well, I rolled a 16, so yeah.
That's a hit. You have 2 attacks. Just do them both. There's only one left, so I mean,
So
other
that's
than the cub.
12 damage, and I rolled a 2 on my second attack, so no. But I get a 1 at the end of this round. So if I'm the last person, then I guess I get another one.
Yeah, well, I'll give. Yeah, and she snaps at you, so I'll just do that. She
Okay.
misses, but go ahead and do your attack.
So that's a 16. So AC -1,
Mm-hmm.
and that's another 12.
Okay. Well, I mean, she's got so few hit points. The group of you eventually move in and cut her down. We're not going to continue to play this out right now.
Mm-hmm.
The smaller one that remains, that's not asleep, you kind of have it cornered and surrounded. What would you like to do?
I'm all for letting it go. It is only a baby after all. But that's me. We have just murdered its
Tarkus
whole
isn't a
family
fan
in
of
front
being
of
murdered
it.
by this thing in 20 years.
Well,
I mean,
you
I won't
see-
be here in 20 years.
No, you see, the thing is, that's crueler because then it'll die of starvation. It's a young.
Oh, that's not my problem. I'm not responsible then. You guys
I'll
are.
kill it then. I'll
It's all
kill it.
Greyhawk's
have a
fault.
Do we have a
Unless-
pet?
Unless
Which one are
Kratos
you
wants
killing?
both of them. I'm not going to kill it for no reason.
Oh.
I won't kill it. But if you're going to take both of them, then I'll leave it. But if not, no, and it's just going to be left to fend for itself.
I can't take both. No.
How hard is it going to be to train? I might like a little pet. Might suck my face off, but a little pet'd be nice.
Listen,
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
I think he should be put in the canoe and put downstream like a Moses displacer.
Of course, there's still the matter of the.
Let the druids know they'll
Papa.
come back every few weeks and feed it. Oh
Well,
yeah, there is
when
there's the big guy,
Ilan
isn't
says,
It's an abomination.
you should just kill it. It'll
Go on
grow
then,
to
Manila.
be evil.
Go on, the Manila, and you kill it.
He pulls out his daggers and just like goes in and like there's like screeching and it's just sort of like agonized, like fearful screams as he navigates grabbing a hold of its scruff, and then he just repeatedly just like stabs into it over and over again.
Jesus Christ.
And then
angry.
and then casts the body to the side, wipes his blade off, puts it in his
messing about.
Okay.
washes
Daddy's
his
gonna
hands
be
in
angry now.
washes his hands in a little lake, and then comes back over.
Wow. I cut a paw off one of them. As my
I guess I
trophy.
shall.
A displacer paw.
Is anybody here proficient at carving pelt?
Nope, but
No.
I'm going to collect the eyes.
When Ilan says, "I can do it,"
I shall sit down in front of the sleeping one with the scroll of find familiar and try and
Familiarize
attune myself with it.
yeah, okay. So first of all, let me just say, when Ilan,
I explained to everyone I'm gonna try and connect myself to this creature to have it not want to kill me, be companions.
Oh, I have animal training.
Mm.
I don't think it's considered an animal. Is
No,
it an
it's
animal?
a creature.
Yeah.
It's a cat-like creature, so
I don't know if this will
it's a
work.
creature.
I mean,
Well,
so
most familiars have your alignment if they're special. Sorry, just to be a bastard, but just so you know.
I'm going to read it really quick here
Mhm.
and see what it says.
If it's a special, they normally share alignment.
Whilst you guys
Well,
are messing about, me and JB can have
It might
a
not
little
work.
game of dice or something because we've both got gaming.
And you can
Mhm.
also loot, because you do know that there's treasure within.
yes, I explained
When
about the
Illin is
pelts.
taking care of all the pelts for you and everything like that, you know, he's kind of getting them all.
The moon, yeah, but the moon dog, the blink dog pelts. I explain about them. I go, there is a strange cave beyond. Come look. Show them what we saw.
Go and have a peruse. JB can pill through all the coin.
Mhm.
Yeah, first I'm gonna take some displacer eyes.
Yeah.
All
Never
of
saw
them.
that
My idea
coming.
with Rob before was like, because like an adult Displacer Beast is lawful evil, but my idea was like a baby one would be like chaotic neutral or chaotic evil. Yeah, like it wouldn't be. I said chaotic neutral because like it hasn't really grown up yet. But maybe is a kitten evil? It might grow up to be evil, but
Yeah, it is a child evil. Yes, they fucking are, but
oh, no, you ruined my argument. Destroyed. Destroyed.
I mean, to be honest with you, like the fact that it's like it doesn't say anything in the spell about alignment like necessary to be, you know, equal to it, but it also doesn't say anything about special familiars. I mean, the special familiar thing is I think almost circumstantial to the game. Like if you I mean, I'm sure that there are probably some rules in like in a Dragon magazine or something like that, I imagine, like about how that this would all work. But for me, I mean, unless you guys feel like this is like a total game breaker, which I do not think it's. I mean, the normal Displacer beasts as adults end up with an effective AC of 2, and they do 2 attacks of 2d4 each. I mean, it's not like they're overly powerful. They just sort of have this iconic look about them, you know, and this sort of iconic D&D feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like powerful though. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like a powerful familiar necessarily. It's just awesome, you know.
It's game flavor.
I just wanted a familiar that doesn't like die immediately.
Yeah,
Like, all the default ones have 1 hit die or like half hit die.
Yeah,
It's
so
just like-
I actually quite like this idea. I'm actually fine with it. Like I said, it doesn't specifically say alignment. The fact that it is, like, I think it would be like, you know, when we think of like lawful, okay, well, you know, something that responds to discipline probably. So like it would be have like training like that, or like that would be its nature is to be something that would respond to like discipline or routine. And then like the second thing with it being evil, that means it probably like feels it's the top of the food chain and really doesn't give a fuck about, you know, like, rhubarb, your pet finch that lives in the cage, like in your laboratory, and just looks at it as food and does not give a fuck that you like it. You know what I mean? Like, I imagine that there's some of that, you know, like just inherent to its nature.
Yeah.
But I don't really think it's like at this stage, you're not like trying to get an adult, like full-sized, large cat.
yeah.
It's not necessarily feral. It's just a stray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least if he
If,
does
if,
manage
peop-
to
if people don't
attune,
like it, it doesn't
I can
work.
help.
It is what it is.
I'm all
It
game
don't,
for
it
it.
don't bother me,
It's-
honestly. It really don't. It's just
All
flavour
of its
for them.
abilities are mostly defensive. It's not particularly offensive in its abilities. It's
Yeah.
it's a displacer. It gets a low AC, so it doesn't get hit as much, and it does little pokey damages like a dagger. So it's just JB but harder to hit.
I mean, if you guys aren't having, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Does anybody have a real problem with this?
Nope.
Not at all.
I don't, so I'm getting a pet or a max later.
You're getting a what?
A pet or a max. When I hit level 13, I'm going to get me a pet or a max. Check it out. One of them.
You really get followers.
Are you talking? Are you talking Arum Vorax? You mean those fucking like 8-legged like lion things? Those things are fucking. Now that is a killer. Man,
And
those
again,
things.
one of those iron boars that breathe petrifying gas. I'm gonna ride it.
I want a gelatinous slime as a pet. Why not? Let's go for it.
This is my waterbed. Hop on. It's eating me! You fool.
The only thing I don't like about it is it says, it specifically mentions small animals, like, and I'm trying to think like this thing is not going to be small. It's going to be large. Even like the specials, like I'm trying to think, like, is a fairy dragon small?
Yeah. All the specials are small. I think they're a bit large, but I think the largest I've seen is a shark, though, Bob.
Somebody has a shark? You can get a shark?
As a familiar tiger shark.
Well, that means a bear is within scope for a higher level druid.
I've seen cat. I've seen cat familiar, dog familiar, like medium-sized creatures. I don't see why. I don't know. Large is a bit. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
As long as it doesn't grow up to be overpowered.
Why don't you suggest have a bit of a think about it if you're not sure, rather than roll right now.
A fairy dragon's small. Is it tiny actually?
How many years until it grows up?
Small.
Like imp is small. Yeah. Yes. Unfortunately, that is a caveat.
Also small.
That is a caveat. Yeah.
But you said there's a shark. Somebody has a shark.
Yeah, but then that was just like you say, a Dragon magazine thing.
And then the bear thing too. But those are like woodland companions, not like familiars.
Yeah, a familiar is more likely to be an owl, a squirrel, a fox is an acceptable level.
Familiars.
A kitsune. It is to do with the size. Bob's right. The caveat is the size.
I mean, I hadn't thought about it until just now.
The caveat is the size.
Well, let's think about it. We don't have to decide right now. Let's talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. Let me just say this, because first of all, you gather up all of your things, and you also get the
sleep for 6 ages. So.
You begin. You get into the spot and you loot. You gather up what treasures you can find, amongst bones and of all sorts that have managed upon the Displacer Beast cavern here. And you find, like I said, a number of coins, in total 5,696 gold pieces.
Okay.
Lovely.
You find.
What are you guys going to bring home?
3 potions.
Y'all can have those.
I love potions because you drink them.
I'll just assume that maybe you'll take the time to identify these things.
I was going to say, can I cast Detect Magic?
Yeah. And we'll. Are you going to take the time to identify these things? I'm just going to say yes. We'll just add a couple more days and you do this, right? So there's a potion of flying, a potion of invisibility, and a potion of clairaudience. There's also a magical helmet.
Ooh.
Which you will learn is a helm of comprehending languages and read magic.
Wow.
Who's getting that motherfucker?
And then there's a book. And within the book are a number of different sort of mental exercises that sort of help clear the mind and build connections between yourself and the world around you. In fact, you sort of feel that if you were to read this book, that it might increase your ability to distinguish sort of things in the world around you. In fact, it would give you a +1 to your wisdom. It's a tome of understanding.
Fuck.
I'll take a helmet for that.
Such a good item.
What's your wisdom at anyway, Tuxtron? You're a
An
wise
18.
beast. Oh.
Yeah,
Yours,
I would
Todd.
love that 19.
It's one of the few ways you can get over 18, like in the game.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
book.
take it, because my wisdom
Better than a wish,
16.
actually.
It doesn't give me any significant bonus, maybe an extra
Yeah,
spell.
19
take it
gives
then.
you more spells.
Immunity
and spell
to
immunities.
first level illusions.
Illusion spells.
Yeah.
You also, everybody gets 1,865 XP.
1865.
And let's see here.
Does anybody need healing?
11, 4.
The wizard.
I will heal the wizard.
I'm wounded
With
to
some-
12.
35
I'll
hit
heal
dice. 35 hit dice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I healed the wizard for 17. Heal Grey Ash.
Nice. Yeah, I'm full.
Let me read this, what you sent me here. Okay.
You get a solid 4 back, Roland. Do you need more?
Oh. So,
Yeah, I'm still.
I like what you put in here, Luke, about this here. Okay, here.
2.
Let's see here.
I'm not doing well with spells. Everything else is good, though.
I like what you put in here about the fine steed
Yeah.
and like
So
the horse
at higher
or
levels,
elk,
you can get
telepathic
like a Pegasus.
griffin, Pegasus.
Mm-hmm.
And what level is Grey Ash?
6.
I'm inclined to allow it, you guys. I mean, unless somebody has a big problem with it. I mean,
Don't bother me.
it's not overpowered. I mean, it's not overpowered. The only thing is you'll be able to ride it, I guess.
Well, not for a while, right? It's still young.
Yeah, it's still small. So, all right, guys. Well, that kind of takes us to the end of the session. We did not even get to the Temple of Elemental Evil. That took a lot longer than expected, as is normally the case.
Good game.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's a fun little side quest. Yeah, a fun little side quest. Everybody good for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I'll check the calendar.
The 19th
Should be.
I'm guessing that'll probably be the last game of the year.
We might try to do something over the holiday weekend. We talked, or the holiday week. We talked about maybe trying to figure something out, mate.
I'm not available on the 19th, unfortunately. Sorry, guys.
God damn it, Pete! I'm just yelling at Pete because I
getting
know
away with it.
Pete's not available next Thursday, so we can.
I guess it's Boxing Day.
Thursday. Well, next week we're doing Birthright, Dom. So we got that.
Yeah, on the 12th. Yeah, I'm good for that.
I guess we have to do we have to do it Boxing Day, guys. We have to have a fun Christmas episode where everything's
I love
Christmassy.
that. I would love that. I could probably work that out too. I could probably work that out. We'll let's figure it out. Because I'd love to do at least one more game. I mean, I have
Jolly Bandits versus Krampus.
But only in Canada.
Eh?
We don't celebrate Boxing Day here in the
Oh,
US.
Canada. Sorry.
Well, we don't celebrate Boxing Day. It's just a thing
Bless it.
called Boxing Day. I've got no idea why it exists, but it's just the day after Christmas.
You know what? I'm an idiot.
It was the first scheduled holidays for servants.
Yeah, I thought it was literally like boxing.
No.
Like
It
until
comes
I
from
was
a
in my
British tradition.
20s. Like I thought it was like a fighting day. Like I don't know, like
It
Right,
should
that'd be
be
so
a fighting
British.
day.
It's the servants' day off. It's the servants' day off. Boxing Day.
well, I
I
clean
mean,
pools for a
Canadians
living
are so
now, I guess
polite.
it's
They need to have a day that they can fight.
Yeah, true.
All right. Well, fuck you guys. Fuck Frank. Love the rest of you guys.
It's all Frank's fault.
And also Freak Nick can go fuck himself as well. And
Yeah,
I saw that there was actually some
absolutely.
people watching this live stream, which, I'm sorry,
It's great.
but also thank you.
Yes.
They seem to
Sorry,
enjoy
sorry
the
for
first,
you, but thank you
couple
for
of
watching.
hours.
Yes.
All right, guys. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Thanks, everybody.